moving my mic away.
Now we
No,
can't
no,
hear
no,
you.
no. Now we can't hear you.
Just don't
Right.
breathe directly into it.
Yeah, don't be a mouth breather. That's just all we're asking. Why is that so much? That is a cool Rick and Morty shirt, by the way, Kevin. I like it. What's all the way behind you? Is that one of your kids' artwork that you're so proud of that you're hiding somewhere in a dark basement room?
It is.
He's not in
My
the
Very
basement
nice.
anymore. He's
My daughter
upstairs.
Yeah, I am.
You're upstairs now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in the office.
On the main floor.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I was wondering where all the board games went and all that cool nerdy shit went.
They're going to have a new home soon.
Right.
This is
So
like-
this is like my setup, my computer setup. I don't know if it's a good view, but
Oh, it's an adult room. Ugh.
right, exactly.
I'm a little disappointed, but all right. Yeah. Anyway. Did we decide what number this episode is? Are we giving up on numbers altogether? I don't know if there was a consensus to whether or not we're gonna go with the whole with the whole number 10, or whether we're just gonna stay away from double digits for as long as we can. Fractions are our friends.
I feel, honestly, in previous episodes, you were so excited to get to the episode 10. It would be kind of sad to never reach that goal, that precipice.
Yeah. But it would be so symbolic of all our lives and dreams and hopes that we can never truly attain. We set these unreachable goals before us because we know we can never reach them, but we strive towards them always, and then ultimately we fail and die.
I would like to get past my 10th year birthday.
You're 10th. You're more than 10 years old.
I know, but let's get past 10 is the point.
Well, speaking of 10, we only have 10 years left in our existence.
11.
Because
No, 11.
No,
They said till
10.
2030. They said we have till 2030 until the world explodes, right?
No, I thought it was 10 years from this year. 2029, an asteroid's supposed to come and hit us and wipe us out all.
Oh, well, I guess, what, on like December 31st of 2029. Oh, you're talking about the asteroid that's going to hit us soon.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, they found it.
We're skipping the first step.
Oh, that's true.
That's
true.
right. I'm
Thank
very
you.
sorry.
Underground
Yeah,
Mountain Brown.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kevin, what are you
Very
drinking? I can't.
good.
What is it?
It's it's called Underground Mountain Brown. It's from one of the
Ugh.
founders.
I think
brews.
I've made a couple of those.
It's got like Sumatra coffee aged in bourbon barrels. It's very nice.
Ooh, that sounds tasty. I've got a limited edition Southern Tier Pumpkin. Tis the season.
Is that a beer?
Yes, it's a beer, hence
Okay.
the beer bottle. And I guess
good.
our listener can't see that.
Oh,
But
good.
yes,
Jerry's
it is
in
an
one of his moods.
Imperial Pumpkin Ale. One of my moods.
Yeah. What does it look like I'm drinking? Jerk. I'm back on Monkey Shoulder, by the way, if anybody can see it or care.
Oh, nice.
It's that blended malt scotch that a friend of mine got me a bottle of a while ago, and I've been milking for as long as I can. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Seriously, if you can find this, I highly recommend. If you like scotch at all, Monkey Shoulder is phenomenal.
That's cool. I'll have to try it. You know what? You could bring that when... Oh, never mind. That will never happen.
If you truly accepted that it's never going to happen, you'd let it go. But I feel like I have to hear about this thing that'll never happen on a daily basis. Like
It's still a dream.
I fire up Marco Polo every morning, and I see your face, and it's like 20 messages from Jerry, and I'm like, 19 of these are going to be about a fucking calendar. I just know it. And sure enough, oh, here's a calendar. Can anybody Can anybody see what's missing? I'm not gonna say it, but it's some asshole who can't commit to things.
Even I cringe sometimes in your honor, Skippy. Just like how much it gets mentioned, and like you must be, your eyes are like rolling into the back of your head as you do circles with them.
I love starting off every morning and like half asleep, and I get in my car. I don't use Marco Polo while I drive. As I sit safely and responsibly in a dark room and fire up Marco Polo, and I'm told that I do not understand calendars, I do not use calendars, I don't know how to commit. God damn it.
It's like time to make the donuts. It's like that commercial.
I already made the donuts.
Yeah, basically every morning.
It's
part of my routine is being reminded how much I suck at calendar use.
It's just because I love you that much, Skippy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Kevin, what were we talking about when you said when you brought up alcohol?
We were talking about the what to well, we were talking about 10 years left before we got hit by an asteroid, and we were talking about that because we were talking about if we were going to call this episode 10 or episode like 9.57214438 or something lame like
So,
that.
so just one quick comment. I haven't gotten it out yet, but about the numbering, like when you see a list of podcast episodes, to see like one, two, three, to see episode 10 and it really is the 15th one published, it's kind of like, wait, what? Huh? Just keep them to the number they really are in practical sense, even though we're playing with actual 9.5s and stuff like that.
So I don't think that every podcast program actually shows that. I know, or at least I believe iTunes does. I don't use iTunes to listen to podcasts. I listen to what I use, Player FM. That one I think just has the text that podcasters put next to the name of each episode. So if they have episode 10, it'll just have episode 10 in the name of the episode. It doesn't actually have they don't add their own numerals to it. I don't believe, but I'd have to double check.
Right. So in Kevin's defense there, then the numbers actually are the numbers that we put on them are kind of important. Otherwise, people are going to. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily serialized, so you could listen to anything, I guess. But still, to know what order it's in, it's
Well,
kind of good to know.
I would also say that first of all they have dates on them, and second of all they're relatively topical. I don't think you're gonna go like, oh man, I really want to listen to episode. Oh, I don't know what it is because the numbers are messed up, but it's the one where Jerry discusses his frequent masturbation problems. It's not like anyone's gonna go digging for those episodes. Plus, as far as that topic is concerned, you can literally listen to any episode.
It's true, though I wouldn't call them problems. More like
It's true.
opportunities.
Yeah, so there you
All
go.
right, so it doesn't matter. We actually, I'm looking at, I use, oh, what the heck is this app? Um, Podcast Addict, and it actually doesn't number them by itself, so it's only the titles. So we
Yeah.
didn't start numbering until you called it EP5, and then what we do in the shadows, and then but the five before that, which actually there were five before that. There's just titles. They don't have EP listing. So it is what we call it.
Yeah, same here. So I'm checking out Player FM. It doesn't assign their own numbers. And we
Yeah.
did have
Okay.
five before that, but we had episode 4 had two parts. It was the well, I can't say the name of it. It was the big football game
Yeah.
podcast that we didn't watch. Anyway, I'm sure this is exciting listening to whoever the hell is dumb enough to download this, but we can move on the list. And I have to say this is a very different list from last week, Kevin. I thought you had some really sort of interesting topics. You really kind of went outside your comfort zone there on the last episode, and uh, I guess I'm a little bit at ease, but a little disappointed to see that
Well, looking
go
at the
back to
list, the
yourself.
patriarchy is on there, so he's still sticking to his guns, I
Well,
think.
yeah, but this time are you for it or against it, Kevin? I can't tell. It just says the patriarchy.
Right. Am I for it or against it? Equality for all.
What a cop out answer.
Uh,
Uh, uh,
Good old
anyway.
Kevin.
All right. We usually start. Okay, I saw that somebody just deleted a thing. I saw. So we usually a lot of times we start off with the stuff that I want to talk about, but I feel bad because I always tend to talk over everybody. So why don't we start with something you guys want to discuss? You guys added a whole bunch of stuff to the list, so pick one and roll with it.
Well, my big thing is recently, me and my family are moving. Huge life altering situation.
That's cool. Tell us about it. So, like,
Go
are
Just
on.
waiting
you
for the
now?
acknowledgement.
Are you moving far away? Like, are you fleeing the country because of Trump and everything? Like Skippy wants to do. Are you going to New Zealand? Because
I'm
that would
waiting
be
till.
cool. I'll visit you
Yeah,
all the time.
No, see,
I'm at least waiting till 2020 to flee.
Yeah. Well,
no,
you know
that's
what?
it
Maybe
turns out
Kevin's he's ahead of the game there.
Well, turns out that would be the worst time. Selling a house during an election year is thought of as not a good timing. People are concerned with whatever's going on and don't tend to pay attention to buying or selling.
Oh, look at
And
Kevin on the foreskin of real estate uh, here.
What?
moving
What?
far, actually, it turns out to only
Wait,
be.
was that a an anti-Semitic joke? I can't tell.
No, dude.
You said on the foreskin of real estate. I don't understand
Yeah, I
what.
was on the forefront of real estate. He's like ahead of the game. He knows
But
all
you didn't.
about it.
But you didn't say forefront. You said foreskin.
Yes, it was just a joke, dude.
Too
Don't get
soon.
all like
Tongue twisted.
anti-Semitic.
All right, man. Because all right. I just finished Shabbat, so
Bad, bad.
terrible.
So
Absolutely
moving far, no New Zealand. Just we're in New York, so we're moving upstate, and found an awesome house. It's actually really exciting. Kids are all in college, so it's like time for us to
So
go
fuck
fucking.
them. Let's move
Yeah,
while
yeah, they're
they're
on their
away.
own
So when
now.
they come back, other people are in the house. And
I
Yep,
love how as the country collapses, Kevin moves deeper and deeper into the woods,
exactly. And like
and his beard is getting longer and longer, and the
this, this
manifesto has been started.
the spare bedrooms are generic. They're not anybody's bedroom.
Yeah, are you gonna be off the grid? You should be off the grid.
No, no off the grid. We're not that far away from civilization.
I see. I don't know anything about that area. You showed me the pictures of the new house, and as far as I'm concerned, you live in the mountains, and you're going to be raising livestock, and you're going to go by the "I only eat what I kill" philosophy for the rest of your life.
I don't know if it's that bad. We're
but the
we're
real question is he gonna do it on a gas or a charcoal grill?
right, exactly. I'm gonna stack some bricks and make a grill uh, manually.
Just eat it raw, dude. Real men will just kill and eat out in the woods.
Right. No, actually, it turns out upstate New York, like country land, is all Republican, so that's tough. That's not better living. So we're near Poughkeepsie. It'll be like still there won't be that
Is
rural
it
country.
is it Republicans or is it like right wing libertarians though? I could see people living out there who are just kind of like every man for himself.
No, it's Republicans.
I'm sorry.
We are not moving to that type of area, so we'll be very happy where we are.
How do you know? Have you interviewed your neighbors?
Yes, well, you could tell if you
Are you
drive around.
serious? You just knocked on people's
No,
doors?
no, not that far, but
Hi, I'm not crazy or anything like that, but who did you vote for in the last election? Who are you and why are you on my property?
it depends. Look, you can tell by signs people put on their lawn, and our block is not the Republican type of signs. I forgot what it said. Like,
I think it said trespassers will be shot.
yeah,
So
exactly, right, or American flags with like crazy, gun turrets around them. Um,
it is going to get to that point where like that's going to be the new addition to the smart home. Like that's coming, right? Like we have like cameras and smart doorbells and all this other crap. Like some company is just going to say, you know what? Let's just try to sell them turrets, like
Pop up
smart
turrets. It's like
Yeah,
you step on the lawn. It's like.
yeah. Like it pops up and like ask you to identify yourself, and if your voice is off, it just shoots you dead in your own driveway. It's gonna happen. It is absolutely going to happen. I promise you. Somebody like Amazon is gonna be like, let's try it, see if anybody does this shit.
it'll
Well, no. If
be.
Amazon was doing it, it wouldn't be turrets. It would be drones. And like when
Yep.
you get, there's a little drone shed, and they all get launched and
Yep.
start following
A
around.
hatch opens up above, and they go,
Exactly.
"Please state the nature of your business."
Who will you vote for in 2020? And the guns start to spin up. The little
Right.
mini.
It's
have
great
10
how we're
seconds
laughing
to
about it, but
comply.
we're laughing about this now. But in 10 years, like you will be going, okay, Google, shoot the trespasser in my backyard. Oh, I triggered.
Oh, like one of your neighbors just got murdered.
God damn it.
Your wife is like, honey, we're gonna have to clean this up.
Also, the next time I unlock my phone, there's gonna be like ads for turrets and drones.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So so
Hey, Kevin
house
got
is
real
awesome.
quiet all of a sudden.
Well,
No,
so
seriously, like, did you move your microphone? You got real quiet all of a sudden.
I'm the same as I always was.
Oh.
Skippy, does he sound quieter to you?
You did for a second, but you sound fine now. Oh, the scotch is kicking in.
Ooh.
Mm. So, Kevin, I think it's really amazing how quickly you put this whole thing together. I remember you saying something like, "We're thinking of moving," and I think by the end of the week, you found a house, like saw the house, put an offer on the house, and started preparing your house for sale. That all
So
took place in like a week.
okay, this is the amazing. So, my wife and I went to go visit Jerry, and on the drive up, which was a good, I don't know, 7 hours. Let's just round numbers.
I take
Um,
credit for this whole thing, by the way.
We kind
what
of
did you
had.
do? What did you do?
I inspired. I uplifted.
We
I,
had lots
I,
of time
I
to think as we
broke
drove.
them out of the chrysalis so they could spread their butterfly wings and
So they
fly.
came to your house, saw you, and said, "We need to move farther and farther away."
No, they're moving much closer,
Yes.
both
Really?
time and distance. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So essentially, we've always sort of been thinking of this, but it was never on the front burner. And then on the drive, we were saying like, "Hey, wait, kids are in college, and like, next year is going to be election year. That's not a good time." And then wait, oh, there's going to be a recession, so they say, and like all this other stuff, rates are going to go up. So we were like, why shouldn't we do this now? And by the time we got to Jerry's house, it was yeah, let's go for it. So then, we hung out for the week that we were there, and through conversation, it just became like, yeah, let's do this. And before we even got home, we were already on listings and looking, and then by the next Saturday, we had a real estate agent and 7 houses lined up. That we came home, I think, like on a Sunday. By next Saturday, we were up with the real estate agent checking out houses, and we actually put an offer on that night. And by Sunday, our offer was accepted. So that's a week after. That's essentially 2 weeks after the trip, because we stayed at Jerry's house for the week, and then it was the next weekend that we had the offer, and so they accepted. We come home and we're like, oh shit, we better get into move our asses on our house. And um, by the next week, so let's say Saturday, we put in our offer to buy. We hustle our asses all week, and then by next Tuesday we listed, and then by Saturday we had many offers, and then by this previous week is current. We had one of the offering buyers for our house, sent over the contract, and it was signed Friday.
Okay,
So
that's insane. In
three
in that
weeks later,
time, yeah, in that time, I managed to do laundry once. I'm pretty sure I showered in there somewhere, and I may or may not have shaved
it
two
No,
or three times.
I
it
don't
is
think you
amazing.
did.
Yeah, that's incredible. Just yeah, applause to you, sir.
I
Yeah.
think
That's
it's funny that
incredibly impressive.
the most expensive thing that you're going to buy, like a house, you have to move the quickest. Like there's no time really to go on anything other than raw emotion, because if you find something that you really like, you know that 8 other people are really going to like that, and if you wait a day or two, it's gone.
Yep.
It's
So it depends.
crazy.
So it really, yeah, it really does depend on the area. But yeah, you're right. When we were shopping for a house here in North Carolina, we, yeah, we saw houses that, okay, so a house would pop up, and by the end of the day, it would be off the market. We had to literally, like, as soon as anything popped up, we had to call a real estate agent and say, book an appointment. Oh my God, please call them and tell them we'll see it. And more times than you'd guess, we got a call back a couple hours later from our real estate agent telling us,
7.
yeah, no, no, no. What?
No,
Nice.
I
Yeah.
guess 7.
No, it was actually more than that. She would call back and say, "We had an appointment set for tomorrow. I'm sorry, they got an offer tonight. They're taking it. It's gone." Or if she found a house, she would call us and say, "I found something. You need to see it tomorrow." And we'd be like, "Well, I can't. I'm at work tomorrow. Can we see it like, like the day after?" And she'd be like, "No, it'll be gone by then." Like she's like, "I'm not even going to bother make an appointment, this house will be gone.
And you were
It's
doing this
insane.
from a few states away, right?
No, 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 no. We
No,
were already here. We were living
you
in
were renting?
Raleigh. We were renting in Raleigh, and
Oh,
we were
duh!
looking
I
for a
forgot
house.
about the place that you were
Yeah,
renting. Yes, I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
No, that's fine. So we were renting. So yeah, from a few states away. I can't even imagine like doing it a few hours away. We were doing it like an hour away, and we would still like it was the kind of thing where I would have to literally just drop everything at work and run to a showing, or my wife had to drop everything and run to a showing because our real estate agent was. I mean, to some point, she would almost refuse to schedule certain appointments because she'd be like, "I'm not even going to waste my time. This house is in a really popular area. Every time a listing comes up, it's gone within hours. So if I schedule you for tomorrow, I'm wasting everybody's time."
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like when we made an offer, we got a reply from the people. I think we made the offer at something like 6 p.m. We got a reply back from them by like 8 or 9, telling us that they accepted the offer. Like it was really fast, and we had to move really fast to close. They were
Yeah.
also very eager to move. They didn't really give us any time for anything. Like we said, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? They're like, no, no, we took your offer. That's it. Let's get this done. Get the hell over here. We're already packed and out. Either take the house or we're gonna give it to somebody else.
Yeah,
Like,
and
nuts.
that was one of our fears was the house we put an offer on. They had actually already went not to contract, but offer accepted, and then the other buyer was like dicking them around or something, and it fell through. So they had already moved into their new apartment, and they still had to pay the mortgage. So when we put the offer on, we have to make it contingent on the sale of our house. So we were so excited and like, please, please, and and moved as fast as possible because we didn't want to lose or have a delay where they got worried about us and went with, maybe, who knows, they could have had another offer sitting as a backup.
Yeah. Yeah, and so following the updates that you were giving us elsewhere, just in general, God damn it, like buying a house was enough of a headache, but buying one while selling one sounds like something I never ever want to go through ever. This is this your first time you had to buy a house while selling one?
Yes.
Okay, is it as bad as you imagined or worse?
Well, I mean, besides, it's not that bad. I mean, if you ever sold a house, that's the hard part, and then like the hustling to get it done quickly is what happens when you're also trying to coordinate. But like, lawyers and the real estate agents all know how to coordinate, you know the transfer of checks and like this escrow and that escrow, like all that, all the detail crap. They kind of take care of a lot of it. But anyway, like, it's just been a hustle to get the house cleaned and ready for sale. I think that's been the biggest part.
Yeah, that seems to be like one of the biggest pains in the ass. I mean, you have to scrub the house out, and then you kind of can't use it until somebody buys it.
Right.
Actually, you can't use it until somebody moves into it because I don't know if the rules are the same where you live, but when we bought the house, there's certain stipulations in North Carolina where you can't just bail out at any point. You lose certain parts of the deposit, or there's like some money you lose. But technically, you can back out of any sale right up to the time where you put your signature on the on the bank documents. So before you sign them, they actually drive you out to the house and you do like the one final check to make sure you're buying what you were promised. And if it's not, if like the house is trashed or whatever, you can say like, no, never mind, we're out. And if you can provide enough of a reason, like saying like, well, when we saw the house, there wasn't graffiti on the walls and shit in the corner. Now there is. We're no longer interested. Uh, the seller has really no recourse.
Yeah, I think it's this a similar thing. I mean, you're giving, essentially, you tell them, I'm gonna how you're financing, like what your deposit is and whatever, but there's a down payment that goes in escrow, and it's like half the deposit is half the down payment, or something of that nature. And then, if there's the same thing, a final walkthrough, and like some kind of critical failure of situation, um, you probably get it back. But I mean, if you cancel any other for no reason, you lose that deposit.
Yeah. So I noticed Jerry is just quietly sitting in the corner because he's got the he just rents, asshole.
It's true. I don't have to worry about like any of that stuff. So, if something goes wrong, I call up the landlord and I'm like, "Hey, the boiler just blew up. Can you please replace it?" And yeah, no, the
And
last
and
time,
and also my family because the boiler blew
yeah,
up. Can you
exactly.
replace those?
No, the last time I owned a home, I got burned pretty badly. So, I'm not
Did the
rushing out
boiler
to.
blow up?
No, no, no. So what happened was we bought we had a little like 900 square foot condo on Long Island, and that was kind of ridiculous. We paid like $250,000 for it.
Oh my
Um,
God, New York prices are insane.
yeah. Oh,
That's how
truly.
that's how much my house costs, and it's a 2,400 square foot house.
Yeah. No,
Holy
and we,
shit.
we didn't have a yard. We had a pool, but we had to spend like $350 a month in like, the what is it? The condo
HOA stuff,
fees,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. And then there's all the rules. Like you think your HOA is bad, it was even worse at that we had like a booklet like 3 inches thick with the condo rules and shit like that. So anyway, when we decided to move off the island, it was right when the recession, popped. So we like the value wasn't we weren't getting what we originally paid for, which was tough. Not only that, but our condo association, it was split into two parts. It was the north side and the south side, and they were split by like one road, and they were separate entities basically. But there was a lawsuit between the two of them because of like pool fees or whatnot. So like the north side, our side had the pool, but the south side owed the north side fees for the pool, and it just stupid shit. But anyway, because there was an ongoing lawsuit that disqualified any units in there for stuff like first time home buyer loans or any kind of government assistant loans or stuff like that. So basically you're talking about small like one and sort of two bedroom condos that a first time homeowner or maybe like people without kids would be purchasing. The majority of the people that would be getting these loans were excluded from this, so we couldn't sell this for anything. And within my wife got a new job, so we were forced to move. So we moved. We were renting a house in the place that we moved, and we're still paying our mortgage and our rental fees and everything. We're hemorrhaging like thousands and thousands of dollars a month. We're trying to be good and not just leave it, but it was horrible. So like we had to eventually short sell. We took huge credit hits, just because we weren't trying to be dicks and just abandon it.
Why
So
did
yeah,
you
it
take,
was
wait, I have to ask, why did you take a credit hit if you just sold is it just because
because
you
we
lost the sale, lost money?
effectively, yeah, it was a short sell. It was
I didn't
like,
know that affects your credit.
yeah, uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, that
That
sucks.
and we were late on mortgage payments when we finally did not. We burned through all our savings,
Oof.
um, trying to not be assholes and just abandon it and actually pay our mortgage like good upstanding citizens. But yeah, we lost thousands and thousands of dollars in savings, and we took a massive credit hit, and that we're just like really getting back to normal now. So yeah, it really sucked.
That's crazy.
But
There's so many
thanks
like
for asking and bringing up old wounds.
oh, no problem. Just, it's the least I can do after you remind me daily about how much I suck at calendars. So there's a lot of
Fair
stuff
enough.
when you actually sign a mortgage that is terrifying. I remember because again, it was just our first time signing it. It's the first time, the first home I've ever bought, we've ever bought, and just going through the paperwork, it is absolutely horrifying. And the funny thing is, like, they tell you, they're like, oh, here, they put this huge stack of papers in front of you, and they're like, take all the time you need. This is a really important decision. Make sure you read through everything.
That's why you
And
hire a
this,
lawyer.
and the second you start reading it, they're just like,
Oh, don't worry,
we didn't.
spoiler plate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're like, oh, we didn't really think you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Don't focus on that part.
yeah. We didn't really think you're gonna read it. That's just something we tell people, and they're like, we'll just summarize it for you. Just,
We're
it's
on the
good.
clock.
yeah, you give us all the money and we give you the house, sort of. You can live there, but like if you fuck up anything, we take it, and you're indentured servants forever. I guess I don't know.
Do
And,
you
oh,
have
it's horrifying.
kids yet, or will we get your first, second, and third born?
Right, and they're like, yeah, you can be late on a mortgage payment, and we'll probably there's probably going to be just a fee. But here's a piece of paper I need you to sign that says that if we feel like taking the house, we can. Oh, by the way, we can show up at any time. We can go into your house. We can cuddle up next to you in the middle of the night and tell you how pretty you are. Like all this stuff, like it's absolutely terrifying. It's oh god. Like I thought lease agreements were bad. I'm sorry, like renting agreements were bad, but mortgage agreements, wow, they are just terrifying. Like you really don't own shit when you're mortgaging a house. You're just paying money to a bank and they're letting you like you're basically renting your house from a bank for many, many years. And they're hoping you'll either drop dead or default on your mortgage at some point so they can take it away from you.
Yeah, that whole time they're just like fisting you and being like, "How's that house? How's that house?"
Yeah, and the fact that like I'm looking at my mortgage payments and they're like every month I get a statement that says how much is going towards my interest and how much is going towards the actual principal of the house. We're taking like 99% is going towards interest,
Uh
aka
huh.
the money that the bank makes. But it's okay. We put like $3 towards the cost of your house this month, so you're fine.
That's why actually, if you give
Your own
like an
schedule.
extra $100 a month, you're paying like 3 months worth of payments at least at
Oh
the
yeah,
beginning. You know.
yeah. I'm thankful they at least let you like actually say like yes, I'd like to put an extra amount towards my
Principal.
principal. Yeah, which we do every single month. And yeah, it's amazing. They're like, yeah, we talked to a lawyer or whatever accountant, and they even said like if you put as little as 150 bucks a month extra on top of your mortgage, you're gonna pay off your mortgage like 10 years faster.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, I definitely. There's a lot of things I definitely miss about renting. Mitch Hedberg had a good thing about renting. He said, like, you know how you have like a Home Depot. He's like, I want to open up a renter depot, which is basically just an empty warehouse, where basically like if it's a bunch of people standing in an empty warehouse going, I ain't gotta fix shit.
so
Yeah, it's true.
so actually, like all this sort of stress in the moving, the real stress for me personally is I have to, tell my bosses, hey, I'm moving, I have to find a new job, and I
Did you tell your bosses yet that you're moving?
no. So the
Oh,
way we've been thinking is,
it's a good thing
What if
we.
they listen to this pot? Oh, never mind.
Then they're
yeah.
probably wondering where episode 10 is.
Plus, who's Kevin? He can't really be that guy. I
Yeah.
don't recognize his voice.
He sounds like
Um,
that asshole that works in the basement whose stapler was stolen.
the thing is, like, okay, so you don't know what the timing is, and even under contract, technically, even with like on or about date established, let's say October 18th, it can still legally be postponed by any party for whatever reason for 30 days. So it might end up being like November 18th. And sort of my nightmare is that, like, hey, it's not like I want to tell them and give them notice, because number one, I don't have the new job lined up, and B, I'm not even moving for 6 weeks. So it's like, you're not giving 2 weeks or whatever. And being like a middle management position, I would probably give them close to a month lead time, yeah, notice, and work to, I'm not interested in burning the bridge, even
Yeah.
if I won't be around for forever now. But so it's like, my main point is have seamless transition. Probably the first when I first work for the new job, I'm gonna have to skip like one pay period or whatever for them to establish it. I'll get it back, but there'll have to be that jump. And I wouldn't want to give my current company sort of like a reason, let's just say circumstances where they're like, I don't see them terminating me early. But
Well, they could just to spite you. Just be like,
no,
you can't. Yeah, you can't quit. You're fired.
well, I don't think they would. So I don't feel like I'm in that kind of position, and at all. In fact, they'll probably attempt to, offer me some kind of remote or travel or some kind of whatever.
Why
But
don't you just claim sexual harassment and sue the company on your way out?
um,
I don't hear a
no
no.
angle for it.
At least, and you can tell them that's what your boss told you.
Right. So basically, we were thinking operate under like when we go into contract. So this is the pivotal week. Do I say something yet, or do I wait like one
Mhm.
more week? And so essentially, I had invested in upgrading my resume and like making it modern and current or whatever for the potential. Like it's not just like, hey, apply for jobs, I'm going to be an individual contributor. It's, do I go for some kind of management position where I might need a headhunter or some kind of, you know what I mean, like a middle to upper management isn't
No,
something
I
you
wouldn't know
just
anything
like.
about that. I totally didn't go through a whole thing just shortly looking for a job. What is this resume you speak of?
Yeah. No, but like resume is one thing, and then filling out a ton of application forms is part of that. But
Is
there's
it? Oh, is
also
that? Oh, you have to apply for jobs? Is that how that works?
no, but there's when you're middle to upper, almost director level
Oh, you mean like an
jobs,
art
Sorry, we're
director?
you
we're
want like a
peons,
headhunter
so
to
we
do it.
don't get we don't know what it's like
Hey,
at that quality level
I was an art director, I'll have you know.
in
Well, did
name.
you seek out headhunters to help you,
No, I'm very parent. No,
find them?
I'm really parent. I had some bad experiences with recruiters and stuff, so I just completely went out on my own. I was screwed severely. I missed out on a really, well, I mean, hindsight is 2020. It might not have been the best thing for me anyway, but I found a place that I really wanted to work for and made it very clear to the recruiter that that's the position I wanted, and they completely effed me on it, and I missed out on what at the time was a really good opportunity, mostly because the recruiter made a judgment call and decided that they weren't offering enough money, despite the fact that I told them that this is the company I wanted to work for, and if they make an offer, I want to hear what the offer is so I can make a decision. Well, they made a
Right.
decision for me. The offer was a little low, but again, I really wanted to work there. It was a perfect atmosphere for what the career that I was trying to build. And not only that, but the recruiter waited a week to call me. I'm sorry, the recruiter didn't call me. I didn't hear back from them, and then I called back. I called them, and they finally got back to me and said, "Oh yeah, we told them no because their offer was too low." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I
Was
told them
this
this job, and they were
recent
just
in
like,
your
"Yeah, but
last?
no. The
Oh,
last time, no. Right now, the job that I found out a few months ago, that was completely on my own. The
oh,
job that I'm talking about was when I moved to North Carolina in 2015, and I was looking
oh,
for a job at that point,
Interesting.
and I found the like exactly the job I wanted. And
oh shit.
taking a pay cut would have been worth just working there. And yeah, they're just like, oh no, we told them no. And I was like, after basically screaming at them, I was like, just lose my number. Just please take me out of your system. Never call me again. I never want to deal with your company ever again.
Do
So
you still monitor that company and see if there's anything that's open there, or?
yeah, so they had an opening this time when I was looking for a job, but they had it for a lower position, and at that point I had kind of advanced above that where it would
Yeah.
have been way too big of a step back. I I would have been taking something like yet again something like a 50 to 60% pay cut
Oof.
to work there, and it would be like a beginner position. Yeah, at that point that was too much. If they were
No,
hiring a
but I
director,
mean,
if they were
the,
taking a director position, then I would have considered it. But no, it was like an entry level,
right.
very low wage kind of position. I
No, but
couldn't
I
take
would
up that one.
keep watching it and see. That's something to keep on your radar.
Oh, I do.
As for Kevin, I would say personally, and also from what I know about your company and your job, you don't owe them anything really. I would not say anything when you signed a contract. I would say something when you've gotten an offer from another company, because unless they're going to give you severance and see, I would check your severance policy and see how much that is and if it's worth it. Um, no, for your position, what you do and all that other stuff, they don't pay you enough. Um, for you to lose any sleep about that.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but everything I
No,
always read says you should always do what's best for you and your family.
Yeah.
Even after years of working somewhere, unless you have a serious stake in the company, which I from what I understand you don't. You don't owe them anything, and they don't owe you anything. They can on every single day you come in there, they can do something really bad to fuck you over if it helps the company, and they absolutely will. And
No,
that's
and
yeah,
fine.
they
Like, and
totally agree with you.
unfortunately, in this system, it's totally,
yeah.
unfortunately makes sense.
The
So.
the thing about my situation is now I have a honor about closing, and like even if the word like so the word yeah, I don't want we're gonna all intents and purposes will close and be moving October 18th or like right after it. Yes, things could happen and it could postpone, but like now I'm getting close to that moment where like if I want to give them a month, sort of in a flexible situation, give them a month. At a minimum, I'm going to give them 2 weeks notice, right? The move is almost to that point.
It doesn't matter. What Skippy said, you need to think of you and your family. Honestly, like with the level that you're at and your responsibilities, what they're paying you is a giant fist up the ass to begin with.
Well, that's part
You
of his
don't
bonus package.
owe them.
But despite that, think of yourself.
Like his chair at work looks like this. There's just a giant fist that he eases himself on. No, but you don't.
After years, I don't think he needs to ease himself onto it anymore. I think he just comes down, plops down, forgets it's there, and drinks his coffee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At this
Yeah,
point, just
no.
at this point,
You
just
don't owe
keeps him
them
from
anything.
falling off the chair.
You
Re-listen to
don't.
previous episodes. Yep.
Um.
Check out
So
my
no,
Twitter.
Yeah,
no.
see, like
You.
you wouldn't know which episode to look back on because now you can't be like check out episode 7 or check out episode 8. But if you look at the titles, you can figure it out very
Yes,
easily.
very descriptive.
I would say, hey, you know what? I'm moving tomorrow, and this is what I can do. I can work from home or whatever. I'm not saying be a dick and burn bridges, but
Yeah, don't do
don't
anything to
give
hurt
them the
the
chance.
company. Yeah, don't like steal
Say,
clients or
hey,
anything.
I will come here and do X, Y, or Z like 3 days a week. I will do like, I will gladly train anyone that's going to come into my position. Hey, Bob down in accounting is great. We've worked together a lot and we've done X, Y, and Z. But no, don't give them the chance to like fuck you or you don't owe them anything as far as I'm concerned.
Actually,
They've
Yeah.
they've
there is actually, you know what the best thing you can do when you're about to depart a job, besides training somebody to replace you, which is I would say the most helpful. There is one really good thing you can do, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on what the name of it is called. When you sit down and write out a detailed account of what you do and the processes that you use in order to do your job, there's a name for it. I can't believe I'm blanking on it. I had to actually come up with this.
taking notes.
No, there's I'm gonna have to Google this. There's a term
Process
for it.
flows.
No, it's kind of like a workflow chart, but there's a specific name for it. But you basically sit down and you literally describe what you do and the processes that you use in order to achieve whatever your goals are at your job. And then you give this to your boss and say this, like, because what they do is they can then take that, reform it a little bit, rework it a little bit, and then literally hand this to the next person and say, here is what your daily responsibilities are. It actually helps your employer a ton. I'll have to look up what it's called, and if you
I mean,
talk
essentially, you're
amongst yourself.
describing a job
This
description,
is-
but I'm sure it has a term.
There is, but there's an actual name for it. Like I said, they made us do. We at my last job, I thought we were all getting fired because they hired like a new creative director. And in the first week, he walks in, he's like, "I need you guys to write these up." And we're like, "Whoa, okay, you've been here for like 2 days. Like, holy shit."
Like, well, this is great, but why am I supposed to spend half an hour a day on Polo and like 45 minutes a day on Signal and what
Yeah,
about?
you leave. No. You leave those things out. You don't. You leave out the
Oh,
where you're
okay,
like,
sorry.
well, what I do is I go to the bathroom and I take a 45-minute dump, and if the mood
I do
strikes,
that twice a day.
yeah, if the mood strikes, yeah, I'll yank it a couple of times. That's fine, whatever. Also, I keep a bottle of bourbon under my desk, but whatever. Anyway, I'm quitting, so here you go.
Next
I
to
hope
my
this helps the
cot.
next. Yeah.
The real stress is finding a new job. Like that's the thing I'm more anxious about is the when to tell, you know, people at my current job, whatever, that kind of thing. I don't mind waiting. There's just that little balance where like I do feel giving more than 2 weeks, it will be appropriate for my current situation just because I've known these people for over 15 years that I work with. But at the other side of it is, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't owe them anything, and they definitely don't owe me anything, and I don't want them to turn around and say,
They
like,
owe
oh,
you a
you've done.
lot, as far as
They,
I'm concerned.
yeah, yeah, right. But it's more about like, oh, what am I gonna do to get the new job? So like this weekend, I've been, so the resume was ready, and I started to fill out applications, and now I'm looking at my experience, and there's like some certifications. I think I'm looking at it, and I'm actually well qualified to, spend $200, get a certification in my industry, and then like that might open some other doors to stuff
That's
that I
cool.
would really like to do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Education
I,
and
I
self-betterment is
wouldn't.
always a good investment.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep, exactly.
I wouldn't say anything until you've gotten a job, signed that contract,
I think
agreed
I'm
to
gonna
it.
play it. I just started with applications. I think I'm gonna play it by ear this week. I won't say anything yet. But within maybe once 2 weeks from now happens, I think I really have to think about saying something. Depends. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, and I'm like right on teetering on the center of the fence. I don't know, and we'll see. We'll see. It kind of everything could answer itself and play out fine if look. Somebody could reply to my resume, to my application and say, "Hey, when can you start? We'll take you as soon as possible." And then I got a different dilemma, like, I have to stay in a hotel until we actually move, kind of thing, and that's fine. I would rather have that stress than not have anything after.
Yes and no. I think basically if whoever is doing the hiring finds someone that they really like, if they interview you and say this guy is a great fit
Is
emotionally,
there a
he's
jet flying over one of your homes?
yeah, there is. One
Oh
of
my
my
god.
homes, like
Oh,
I have that many. Yeah, well, my lake
there's
house
there's
is.
yeah. Well, my lake house is getting bombed. Thanks for asking. It's the drones. I've released the drones.
Exactly. So no, if they find someone who's a really good fit, and I feel, at least in my own personal experience, and the level of specific work experience that I had for my current job, which was like, I'd say on a scale of like 1 to 10, about like a point 0.5. They want the person more than the skill set. I mean, the skill set is great, and if you have some of that, or if they find like, hey, this guy has a half of a brain on his shoulders and he could figure shit out, that's great. But it seems like
Wow, you think
they're
very
looking.
highly of Kevin.
Yeah, I do. Um,
A-
you know,
Any job you apply to, they're going to be like, well, this guy has half a brain. So
no, but it's more of the fit than anything. Like the fit and what you're capable of. So like if you don't have specific skill set A, they realize that you can learn that.
yeah, I agree with that. When I was going for interviews, the job that I wound up getting, they stressed the fact that the reason they have so many steps to the interview process is because it's more important to them to find a correct fit for the company and the people that I'll be working with, more so than the skill set. Which I'm not sure if they told me that, hey, you're kind of funny and entertaining. You're kind of an idiot, but you're going to be fun to work with. But But I don't care. I got the
Wear
job. I
this.
don't really give a shit.
You're gonna wear this jester hat and
Yeah.
juggle balls.
You're gonna fit just right in this
Yeah.
corner.
Okay,
No,
we're gonna throw pennies at you,
On this
you
stage.
idiot. You're gonna dance for us, and we'll give you a paycheck. Cool. All right. See you Monday.
yeah, no, but so like certifications, they look great and they will, help you and for like $200 is or whatnot, it's totally worth going for it and getting it. But I wouldn't worry so much about the job hunt, but still, like I wouldn't say anything until you had that signed because anything can happen. It's
I wouldn't say until you're signed. I would say until you get an offer. It's very unlikely that once you get an offer that you're gonna, especially there's a good
well,
chance since you could possibly receive more than one. And if you have a couple of solid good ones to even say, well, if I lose this one and I can still do this one and this is still a good offer, at that point, I think with an offer you can march it. Because here's the problem: if you accept an offer, okay, let's say he accepts an offer and he walks into his boss's office and says, "Hey, here's the situation, and I'm leaving." The boss goes, "Whoa, no, dude, we absolutely cannot lose you. I will double your salary. You can work remotely. Whatever you want, just ask for it. You'll get it." If you then come back to that other company whose offer you just accepted and say, "Yeah, listen, never mind," you're burning that bridge.
The
yeah,
new bridge.
the
Yeah.
new, yeah. And who knows if your current company is going to be like, okay, we have to find someone for this position, and once we do that, we'll, kick Kevin's ass to the curb and, fuck him.
Yeah, that
My
could
my
actually
current
that is a
company.
risk you're taking. You
My
have to well,
current
that's why you have to
company.
be careful about the contract that you sign.
Yeah, it's true. But my current company it's a small company. The president, he's been known to hire the worst people that just turn out to be ridiculous. And then on the
I'm not
other
gonna
hand, he like
I'm not gonna
trims.
say it if no one else is, but okay, go ahead.
No, I like Kevin. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, I no, I love Kevin, but I'm just all right. It's like me saying, I don't know what it is, but my wife only marries the dumbest, ugliest people in the world. I don't know what it is about her, but her standards are so low that oh my god, that poor woman. But yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, like I've seen him offer, oh, we don't want to lose these people, and then other times just drop people out of nowhere. So it's like he's capable of anything is essentially the thing. So that's why I agree with the side of the fence, and I'm still sitting on it because once I go past the threshold, I can't go back. Once I tell them I can't reverse it, they could say like, oh, okay, and they immediately, you know, put a job opening. My expectation is they're gonna do nothing. Like they won't even try to replace me. I think,
But
which is
that's not your problem.
no, it
Right.
isn't.
That's
You're totally
it's
right.
not your problem.
No,
You
Yes.
need to
True.
think of you and your family.
no, that I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about if they did seek out a replacement and say, okay, we're gonna hire this guy, and then next thing I know, hey, we got this guy, train him, and then like 2 to 3 weeks later, I find that so hard to believe that'll happen. Like I really am not worried about the situation at the current job. Like
Wait, you mean if they ask you to if they try to keep you and then hire somebody and then say, "Here, never mind, train this person. We're getting rid of you anyway." Is that what you're saying?
no, the practical concern is that they terminate me before I'm ready, right? Like whether I move or have a
Right,
job.
which is only going to happen if you say something too early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
but even
right.
if I
Yeah,
did, I can't see them doing it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm on the fence. But you're
yeah,
right.
but
Once I say something, they can't take it back.
I don't know. I've known enough people in high positions of companies that unfortunately will let the pettiness get in the way of logical thinking, and they will take it so personally that they'll say, "You know what? Just no. Go to your desk, get your shit,
Yeah.
get the fuck out. I never want to see you again. I don't care." Like
And
they will do it. Like they will regret it in the morning, but in that moment, it'll make them feel big, and they will absolutely. I see the thing. I don't know your boss. Your boss could be a very practical person. I know. I'm sure you don't see eye to eye with them on everything, but you never know. they could be having a shit day, and you could be the last person walking into their office at the end of a really horrible day, and they could just take it out on you and tell you just to pack your shit and get the hell
Yeah,
out.
it could
And you
be.
just said that they might not even replace you. So, like, if that's their thinking, they'll be like, oh, sorry, you know what? Thanks. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Yep, you're right.
Which is
And
which is why I'm telling you, take the sexual harassment angle. Or you know what? Hold on. If you're uncomfortable with that, can you slip and fall somewhere at work?
take a selfie of him
I'm,
like on the floor.
I'm gonna drop the banana down, or
Yeah,
like
like take,
a big ass spider or something.
yeah, like fall off your chair just hard enough that the fist breaks off the chair and
Right.
it's still stuck inside you, and yeah,
You know what the biggest concern is? Not too long ago, I got
My
issued
dick. I'm sorry.
a new phone, and technically they own it, and I'll be like,
oh,
I'll be without a phone, and I'll have to like figure out that transition.
that's your big
If
concern.
that's
Not
your
the
biggest,
not
if
the
that's your-
asteroid that's going to hit the planet in less than 10 years and murder everybody.
that's your biggest first world problem,
No, but that's a good
that's a
segue
great segue into
into our next
Skippy's, topic of new flagships.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
you caught on. That's what I was trying to do.
good. Kevin, good news. There's brand new iPhones that are going to be announced in 2 days.
One of the coolest companies I saw to work for in Poughkeepsie,
Oh god.
one of their things, they are clearly an Apple store.
It's
Like
going
an
to be
Apple.
it's going to be the company that makes the real
They're
dough.
like, you get a new Apple computer. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get an Apple computer and an Apple phone. Like if I take that job, but oh, wouldn't that be great? Like good casual work to life, atmosphere and
Wait, let me stop you right there. Anybody that refers to Apple products as the new Apple computer or the new Apple phone, just run.
no, they didn't refer to that.
That is
It
the
was just
old-timey
listed.
way of referring
No,
to
no,
it.
no, no.
Like,
It was just that was just towards the end listed as a benefit, like a Apple computer or whatever.
If you take that job, when I come visit you in October, I'm going to put you down. I'll be like, I love you, Kevin. Goodbye. Boom.
Hello, mister. I have an Apple phone for my job already.
Oh yeah, where is that? That's in my bag. I probably should take that out. I've never actually look at that or listen to it or see if someone from work is trying to contact me. I
Can't
probably
you just set
should.
it to forward to your actual phone?
I have phone calls forward. Oh, here's my funky keyboard. Oh, you can't. Why is Skype fucking up and freezing? I have.
because that's what Skype does.
Yeah, exactly. I have phone calls forward, but I don't know how to do that on text messages.
Oh, that would
Wait, is that because you use? Oh, you know what? That's because of iMessage. iMessage is a nightmare. I mean, okay, it's iMessage is one of the best and one of the worst things in the world because if you're in the app, thank you. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, iMessage is absolutely amazing, but because it is solely for the Apple ecosystem, anything outside using it outside of that ecosystem is an absolute nightmare. But it's so good. God, I wish they would bring that to all other devices. I would switch to iMessage in a fucking heartbeat. I would pay for iMessage if they had it for
It's
Android.
not secure though. It's not deleted.
Yes, it is. No, it is. No, well, no,
It's
I'm happy with
encrypted?
Signal. iMessage is absolutely encrypted. Yes, it is, end to end.
Wow.
That's why they can't. That's supposedly their reasoning why they can't release it on other platforms because it is encrypted. Yes, it doesn't have the disappearing messages that we have on Signal, so I don't think I'm ditching Signal anytime soon. But if it wasn't for the fact that Google loves to release and destroy messaging services every other day, and I was perfectly happy with Allo, I would definitely use iMessage in a heartbeat.
Whoa, nice segue again. Speaking of Stadia.
Yes.
So
Wait, we don't know we don't know which iPhone Kevin's gonna buy. There's gonna be an iPhone. There's gonna be an iPhone. Wait, no, hold on. If I get
Kevin's gonna go for the iFist.
But so there's three sizes. There's gonna be a Pro this year.
A Pro?
Yeah.
There's a Pro size.
Yeah.
And there's
Although
a mini. Is there an iPhone?
There's an SE, a Pro, and I think one with a stylus. Would you like their iPhone? No, but seriously, like there's going to be an
That's for
iPhone. There's
extra
going to be
little.
like an iPhone Max, and then there's going to be an iPhone
iPhone,
Pro.
the iFist Max. We will stretch you out.
Nice. That's really uncomfortable. But anyway, so no, so okay, so if you do have to lose your Galaxy, you have the Galaxy S10 right now.
Yeah.
You've
Plus.
got
Plus.
no, you've got good options. You've got
No, he's got the Galaxy S10 Plus.
Oh, well, okay, fine. He's got yeah. You have the okay. If you don't go the iPhone route, you've got the OnePlus is gonna have the OnePlus. Oh my God, there's so many names. OnePlus 7T Pro coming out. Then you have the new Pixel phones that are coming out that are ugly as fuck. And then, which yeah, but who cares? It's a phone. Everybody's so focused on what these phones look like. Who the hell cares? You're gonna put it in a hideous case anyway.
It's
And
funny
then
because I was just thinking of that.
yeah, like honestly,
Right.
this weird obsession with bezels and everything else is so fucking stupid.
I
And
like the Galaxy's little punch hole design opposed to the.
yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm waiting for the notch to go away. I am not buying another phone with. I'm not buying anything with a fucking notch in it. The cutout camera thing is fine. That one actually doesn't bother me at all. But the notch thing is no. There's no way I'm doing that. So and the new Pixel doesn't have a notch. It just has
bigger bezel.
yeah, it just has a full bezel because they're putting that motion. Did you see that? They're putting this radar thing in the top.
Oh yeah.
I forget what it's called. Project. What is it called? It's another one of their project names. I forget. But it's basically like you can now activate it with. You can now control the phone with gestures. So like if you're listening to music and you like wave your hand to the left, it like switches to the next song. Which I have no idea how that's gonna work.
What's going to happen is there's going to be a fly or a bug, and you're going to try to wave that around, and you're going to call your ex. You know,
yeah,
it's gonna be
basically.
awkward.
Yeah, these things are gonna be. Yeah, these things are really like. In real use scenarios, I can't imagine any of the shit working reliably. But yeah, what happens like if somebody like you're in a kitchen and somebody walks by your phone? Like it's gonna.
It's not that new though. I mean, look.
No, it's not. They had Project Trello. That Project Trello. No, yes, no.
No,
Trello,
but like
the
some
3D.
cars.
Shit, I
Have you
forget.
ever been? Have you ever been in a BMW where like there's gestures for the radio?
Here we go. Yeah. Sorry.
They work pretty cool.
I know Jerry has friends with Teslas. You have friends with BMWs. Awesome.
I do.
I have a friend that has a 12-year-old Prius. That's it.
But it's kind of cool, like, increase volume by like twirling your finger one way or the other.
Oh, I thought you were looking for the little G
You
spot.
could do like
Yeah,
a two
Kevin.
finger, skip to the next thing. Hand gestures kind of are neat.
I've tried the two-finger thing. That doesn't skip to the next song. But I'll try it later tonight. I'll see what happens. If I can switch songs that way, that'll be fantastic.
Oh.
Woo!
Oh my God. Yeah. He definitely has the max. Anyway, so yeah, so those are your phone options. Basically. So yeah, the future is here. I don't know, whatever. Or just keep your fucking Galaxy phone. I don't care.
No, I just got this phone probably within the past few months. So it's way too early for me to even be thinking about other phones, even if they're quote unquote flagship.
Well, no, it's a Samsung. I mean, you've got at least maybe 3 or 4 months before they stop supporting it. So yeah, you've got some time.
exactly. I got a security update recently, so in like another 8
Ooh,
months I should get
fancy.
the Android X update.
Actually,
Oh, dude,
speaking of which,
you're missing nothing with Android 10.
Yeah.
Honestly, but by the way, the new gesture system is a fucking nightmare. The way I don't know if I showed you, but like the way the back button works. So I mean, thankfully they give you an option where you can either go back. So this is like the most Google thing ever. Like they can't just come up with one way to control your phone. They give you 3 ways. There's the brand new gesture system, which is terrible.
What's bad about a 3-way?
I when it's happening on a 6-inch screen, everything. So you can do the new gesture system. You can do the old gesture system, which they just introduced last year, and then you can just go back to the 3 buttons that you used to have on Android. You know, you had a home button and a back button and a multitask button.
Yeah.
So yeah, because again, they can't commit. They have to try to please everybody, and as a result of that, everything works like crap. So the new gesture. The only thing in Android 10 that's good, I possibly say, is I like some of the extra stuff they added um, to the notification curtain things. You can interact a little more with apps without actually opening, which is cool. And the dark mode thing, that's pretty cool. Like that just flips everything automatically to dark mode, which is
Right.
neat. Everything else, there's just no. Oh, you know what? The privacy controls are cool. You can really go into every single app and tell them exactly on a system level what you want the permissions to be. So you can automatically block like camera access, location access, all of this. And if
Oh, that's
everything
cool.
and if some program uses certain things like your location, once in a while you'll get a notification and say, hey, by the way, this app uses your location while it's in the background, like while it's working in the background. Do you still want it to do that, or do you want it to only do it when it's active, or do you want it to just not do
Oh,
it at
that's
all?
cool.
And
That's
you can
really
change.
cool.
Yeah, so the privacy settings have gotten better, because they're tired of getting sued,
Mhm.
and especially in Europe. So those are good. But as far as like the front, some of the more front-facing stuff like the gestures, oh my god, you don't want that. It's horrible.
Yeah, I like the 3 buttons. I'm happy
One
with
day I'll
that.
have it, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up liking it.
I can't possibly imagine. So the problem is there's too many apps where swiping left and right on the screen does something, but now when you do it, if you swipe your finger too close to the edge, it that acts as a back button. So like for example, like in certain email clients, you'll swipe an email to the left or to the right to either snooze it or
Right.
delete it or archive it. Well, now I try to do that with certain emails, and I trigger the back action, and it just exits me out of the fucking app.
Oh, that's a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah,
If
you have
it's
to
not
really.
consistent or if it's at all laggy, then you're right. I totally
Yeah,
agree with
it's
you.
not good. And I don't like what they do with the multitasking. It's really weird. You have to drag before you kind of if you're like on the home screen, you kind of flick your finger up and it opens up the multitasking, and you flick it up again, it opens up the app drawer. Now it only opens up the app drawer unless you slowly drag your finger halfway up the screen, and then it triggers the multitasking.
So now how like speed is part of the equation.
Yeah, it's really weird. But now you can swipe along the bottom. There's like this little line on the bottom of your screen. If you swipe left or right along that, it'll switch between apps.
No, but that's been that's been there for a while.
No, no,
I
no,
have that.
no, no, no. It's different now. They actually changed how that works. So on the old version, you have that little pill thing on the bottom, and if you drag it to the right, it lets you swipe between apps. Now you can swipe left or right, and it'll literally switch apps from left to right.
Oh,
Like
like
imagine,
switch the active app and not just
yes,
go through the tiles
yeah,
of it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh, huh.
yeah.
That's
And
weird.
it sounds good in practice, but it's not. And I know why they're doing it. They're trying to copy the iOS thing as much as possible because they want people who have been getting used to iPhones who come over to Android. Like there has to be some sort of
Oh, so
relationship
they
there.
want to make it an easy transition.
Yeah, so as soon as you pick up an Android, you can just start flicking your finger around and be like, "Oh,
Oh,
okay, this is familiar. I know what I'm doing."
oh.
Because there's no way you're teaching grandma a whole new you.
But
Oh, look,
gesture isn't touch the screen, right? You're talking about waving it in front of it.
no,
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 no, he's
just for
talking
swiping on the
about
screen.
yeah, on screen
Oh,
stuff.
okay. So you're touching the glass.
Right. So this also brings me to the next point. When the Pixel 4 does come out, and you have the actual like motion gesture where you can wave your hands or whatever else you choose to wave in
Oh.
front of your phone. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah,
So what happens when I'm
if you're
spanking it
jacking, yeah, if
in
you're
front of
jacking your,
my right? Like apps are gonna start opening up, and I'm gonna start calling
yeah,
people, and like
that's
the
a
fuck.
very yeah, that's a very serious thing. Yeah, what if they plan something to like, oh, if you wave your hand up, it Chromecasts your phone screen to the
Right.
nearest television, and you're up there whacking, and all of a sudden your kid
And then
starts
you go
screaming because
down,
your
and
Chrome.
it duo calls everyone. So then I'll be on camera, and I'll be like, going at it here,
That is
and
amazing.
Or
Yeah.
like, there's a gesture for Chromecast, and all of a sudden, all the TVs in your house are showing
Exactly.
what you're watching.
Mommy, what's Daddy doing? Why is he so angry?
What is this?
Yeah. Also, why is he calling me on Duo? I don't understand, but I better pick up. It could be important.
It might be important. He might be having a heart attack.
Wow.
Good times.
Wow, that toilet must really be stuck. He's really plunging away at it.
You know what? I think this is now a good time to like take a break and go get refresh strings and get off the subject of Daddy.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you're gonna go beat it, aren't you? We were just talking about jerking off, and you're like, that reminds me.
You
We
got
need to
me
go
all
take
excited.
We need to
I
go
have
take
to
a
go to the
break.
bathroom.
It's been an hour, so I'm way overdue. So.
All right.
I do
Okay.
need to refill myself, so break time is good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cool. All right. Well, you guys go do your respective things, whatever. One of you fill, one of you empty out, and yeah, we'll pick this right back up then.
That sounds good. Yeah, it's an old version, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with it.
Oh, hey, there's a funny little disclaimer now when I start recording on top of Skype that says avoid legal problems. Make sure you tell everyone on this call they're being
Hello?
recorded.
This
that's
Skype
great.
version says 8.51072.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know you're all being recorded.
Okay.
I think we lost Jerry though.
Oh, we might have.
I don't know. He's just frozen on my screen at this point.
Yeah, and I don't hear anything. No, not even a giggle.
Oh no. When Jerry stops giggling, things have gotten bad. No, now I have a notification said that Jerry has left.
Maybe he lost power.
No, I think he probably tried updating his Skype at the most inopportune moment. Of course. Either that or he had to emergency jack it real quick. God, how does he do it so often? Is there any skin left on it? Hey, Kevin, I didn't notice you had a tattoo on your forearm. On your left. No, the other one. I noticed that one before. The other one. Yeah, what does that say? Right there. Yeah, that one. It's upside down. What does it say? Oh, me and you forever. Oh, it's a little.
There's no
Disney
forever.
thing.
It just
The
says
infinity
me and you.
symbol. Yeah, it says
Yes.
me and you, but it's in the infinity symbol, so I'm
Yes.
assuming it stands for me and you forever.
It's true, and my wife has the same one, except the me and the you are reversed in position. And mine's on my left arm, hers is on her right arm, so if we hold hands.
Ah, you guys are so lame. But it's very cute. I'm totally not going to steal that idea. I have my wife's name tattooed on my butt because that's real love.
Oh, really? I'm sure she loves that.
No, not really. At least not yet. I want to surprise her. Maybe for like our 10-year anniversary, I'll just be like, check this thing out, and just pull my pants down in the middle of a restaurant. It'll just be her name.
Or you'll be like, hey, honey, throw on that strap on. I have a special surprise for you. And then she'll see the tramp stamp on your back.
Yeah, basically. Here we go. I'm getting messages from Jerry. Skype died on me. I can't hear you. Lost call. Mike. Hello. Ping. Oh my
Hey.
God. Oh, there he goes. Yeah,
look.
dude, you can just rejoin a call.
I did. Nothing. I was clicking on that. It wasn't working. I had to close out Skype and restart it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Because it sucks. I'm sure you guys were like making fun of me.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah,
okay.
but we can't see you though. I can't see you.
Oh, here, let me turn on my camera and see if that works.
There you go.
All I see is Kevin's door. I don't see him.
What?
All I
Yeah,
can see is Kevin's door.
I'm literally looking at Kevin waving his eyebrows in my face.
All I see is his door. This app sucks such
That's very
shit.
strange because I'm right here.
Also,
I-
Jerry, I want to point out it's working fine for everyone but you. So
Yes, I know.
it's not the app. No,
No,
I
it's
believe
the-
you. You don't have to send me pictures. Oh my god. Also, that's how you do screen caps?
Well, no, it's just easiest to send you. Other than having
I would have to
open
do
up.
the same thing.
If I
don't
opened up Signal on this PC, it would take like 47
Oh
days
my
because it
God.
has to do like
When
that.
you-
Like,
When
stupid
your
shit.
1,000 hours of free AOL expire, what are you gonna do?
I don't know, man. But how else am I going to access all my porn to spank it with? I mean,
That,
you know.
it just always comes back to that. That's amazing. Okay, so so we're back from the break. Is everybody still
Got to
drinking
keep
the
the
same
brand
thing?
alive.
Nice. That is a good point. That is very on brand. Is everybody still drinking the same thing? Because I am. I'm still
No,
drinking Monkey Shoulder. Oh, you got something else? What do you got, Jerry?
I
I
am.
am drinking Victory Golden Monkey.
Good. Can you put it actually in front of the camera, not waving off
I'm
towards the
trying.
ceiling?
It's that like weird reverse thing. You know what this is? This is that triple that we bought when I was out there.
I don't remember, but I know that Victory is very good.
Yeah, remember when we were going to the the Food Lion or whatever the fuck it is, and you were like goose stepping in front of the car, and then we got this stuff.
That's messed up. Man, making fun of the handicap is very inappropriate.
I don't know.
No,
but-
wait, no. It's also very on brand, both for you and for this podcast. So it's fine.
Yep, absolutely.
Where the fuck is Kevin? How can I see his face? Well, maybe I'm better off this way. I don't know.
Oh, wrong mouse.
I mean,
I'm
I don't.
like front and center right here.
Yeah, I can see him just fine, Jerry. I'm sorry. This whole technical issue is definitely on your end.
It really is because like this app sucks.
Ugh,
There goes my dog.
great now. Great, and so the app sucks. The dog is an idiot.
Well, you know, again on brand. Got to complain about everything. So
Okay, how about this? I'll make it easy. How about I end this phone call? Here, I'm gonna stop recording.
no.
I have to interrupt you for legal reasons. This is now
What?
being recorded. Avoid
Oh,
legal
okay.
snags by telling people they're being recorded. Hey guys,
Why? Thank you.
I would like to avoid a legal snag.
I think
Do I-
Kevin fell asleep. I could see him now. Oh no, he's moving. Never mind.
See, I don't understand. But see, here's the weird thing. I don't wonder if it varies state to state because North Carolina is what is it? Like, there's a two consent and there's like a single consent thing. North Carolina is a single consent state. As long as I consent to things being recorded, I can record anything and everyone.
So as long as I consent, fucking you up the ass, that's all that matters.
No, for recording, not for
Oh,
anal penetration.
Video and audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then that whole week that
Not
I was
tactile.
out there, I feel bad. I should have gotten your consent.
Yes, you should have.
So
Also,
forgive me.
I don't remember any of it, so I guess.
Okay. Well then never mind. I didn't say a thing.
Nice, cool. All right. So,
By the way, that time I took a shit in your cat's litter box right before I left. Don't mind that. That was just your cat.
yeah, that was so much blood. You really need to go see a doctor.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude, that was way too chunky, way too bloody. You need to go see a doctor.
When I wiped my ass all over your carpet.
Oh my god.
That was a great video to get at work, by the way.
I figured you'd appreciate that.
And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And I assumed I totally missed the inside joke. Like something must have been part of conversation.
The joke was
Skippy's
that
cat.
I showed Jerry how my cat sometimes. By the way, you have to really see and experience firsthand to understand. My cat will, from time to time, occasionally walk out of the bathroom that has a litter box, lock eyes with me in the most condescending sort of way, plop his ass down on the carpet, and just drag his ass across the carpet, wiping his ass on it. But like not in that, like, oh, I got to do this quick before I get caught. Like sort of like, yeah, that's where that shit goes, and just like leaving this. And then, by the way, as I'm screaming, walks away calmly with this look of like, what are you gonna do? Not clean up what I just made? No, you're going to, and you're gonna clean up the next time I do it as well, and then you're gonna feed me too, you piece of shit. Anyway, so Jerry realized that he can get away with the same stuff in my house, and sent me a video of him dragging his ass across my carpet.
I think
Because-
you guys were still asleep and he was up early. So
No, I was at work.
Oh,
I don't know where my wife was at the time, but I'm assuming that, yeah, because basically with the same, like, what are you gonna do, not clean this up and not feed me when you get home? Of course you are. Anyway, so okay, so I forget what the hell we were talking about before we took a break, but something about cell phones and fisting. I'm pretty sure we can move on from that.
Yeah, so
That's what
Skippy,
the break is for. It's a good.
you gave us our topics. Why don't you grab one of yours?
Yeah, so actually, we kind of touched on one of the things. I'm forever ranting against getting smart devices into your house, but this is legitimately like a problem. So I don't know if you guys clicked on the link that I sent you.
I
So
did.
Yeah.
so Best Buy had a line of smart home devices like fridges, cameras, like a bunch of shit as part of this insignia thing. Well, it didn't do well enough for them, so they just are killing it. So people went out and bought like thousands of dollars worth of like smart home equipment, including like freezers, fridges, like I said, cameras, whatever the fuck, and the stuff is just gonna stop working. Now, supposedly they're working with people to I don't know what the details are, what the specifics are. I guess maybe you'll get a discount or something. I don't know, or Best Buy credit to some extent. But they're basically saying, okay, well, because we're killing this whole project, or this product line, we're going to give you some kind of credit. But basically, all the stuff just stops working. Now, like the refrigerators will still keep cold, and the freezers will still freeze things, and their smart plugs will still, I guess, work to
Plug
some degree.
things.
Yeah, but the app is gonna die, and you're not gonna have like smart control over these things anymore. And that's a huge fucking problem. Like
Right.
that's because ecosystem lock-in is totally a thing, and everyone's buying these smart devices, and we know how some companies, Google, will occasionally just kill products because they don't feel like they're doing well enough. So
Well,
what happens when you literally outfit your entire home with, let's say, Google Nest, and damn it. See, is that what I'm talking about?
But
And
Skippy,
then
the worst part of what you're talking about is like the in-wall light switch. You get like Geek Squad to go install the smart light switches all over your house, and you're not, a handy person. You have all of a sudden these light switches. I assume they still turn on and off, but I guess they lose their Wi-Fi or like I don't know.
yeah, yeah, they work manually, so you can still flick. So they just become dumb light switches, basically. But
so
but
okay.
but here's the thing: if you wanted that functionality, you now have to replace all this shit in your house.
My question is, who's buying into Best Buy's ecosystem?
Okay, hold on a second. You're laughing at Best Buy. Meanwhile, your house is very quickly becoming Google Central. Shit. Okay, I didn't turn my phone on. Your house is becoming basically Google Central. And again, Google is one of the companies that is notorious for all of a sudden going, we don't feel like doing this anymore. We're just going to kill it.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah,
the things
well,
I'm most
honestly,
concerned about with Stadia.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to segue
yeah,
really well into the next topic of, yeah, in a year when Google decides to kill Stadia and you have a library of games that doesn't work anymore, good luck with
Right.
that.
I
no,
agree.
it's true, and that's true with anything. And to even go back to the last episode, um, like what happens when you start like getting implants and shit, like fucking what is it, Neuralink, and
Oh,
someone like then starts to be like, you know what, we're discontinuing this.
Yeah,
Like
you're
it's
going to
that's
so
need
kind of
funny.
you're
crazy.
you're going to need
It's
surgery to remove a
Right.
USB drive from your brain.
It's
it's so
true though,
funny.
and
All the conversation about that Neuralink. I have to say, I wasn't on my game last week. I couldn't. You extrapolated so much crap about Neuralink that was essentially false, and I have to go re-listen to like bring anything,
Yeah, I don't know.
Kevin,
front
you
center
know
to
what?
now.
I don't know what was
Fuck
going on,
you.
Kevin.
You were
Maybe you
drinking
were
your
But
purple
I
shit.
was just not the
You
same
were
person
off
last
your
week.
game.
you
That's
were
that's your
different.
fault.
I don't know. Maybe you were having your period. I don't know what it was, but you sounded very different.
Yeah, no.
No, but
So anyway, that's enough. I don't have enough to bring the points up front. But go ahead.
no,
If there
but
was a fact checking about last episode, that Neuralink could have been reset a bit.
I thought we covered it fairly well.
I think we did too.
Jerry had its capabilities a little bit. You extrapolated a lot of capability in that thing.
No, yes, and that was the whole point, is to bring this into the future and like what's going to happen. That I wasn't talking about Neuralink itself. I was talking about like the possibilities of all this stuff. Like put it in the poly universe.
Yeah.
He was looking
So
into the
you would
future.
understand.
That's exactly the way my
And
perspective on it.
well, you didn't bring that up, so whose fault is that,
Yeah, you want to talk
Kevin?
about
I literally
hummingbirds and how they
started by saying,
murder
Yeah,
everybody.
I
really.
literally started by saying
Oh,
I need fun on my
marmosets
game.
or marmadukes or whatever the fuck they were, you know? Kevin, don't blame us for your shortcomings,
I
okay?
must have been
Literally.
I was flying on something.
On that purple shit. You were
That
drinking that
purple
purple
stuff.
shit.
There
So,
must have been like mushrooms in that drink.
no, but so the whole point is like, yes, you have to extrapolate this stuff 5-10 years out into the future, whatever, and even 5-10 years is short, but I mean, stuff can really change in that time.
Yeah.
And what happens when, oh, I've got 50 smart outlets and I'm controlling my house with that, and like the company decides to say, fuck it, we're not supporting this. What happens when what's controlling my implant and my like cyber arm and everything is like, oh, you know what, we're not going to support that anymore? Do I have to go get all new shit?
That's why we need the AIs to take over because
No,
too stupid.
No, but companies are never going to be entitled
Kevin.
to do that. In a in a world of planned obsolescence, I don't understand how any of this stuff works. Like I know
No,
people that exactly have their
stop. Wait, you mean in a world of planned obsolescence? You have to say it the right way. If you say in a world of, you
I'm
have to
sorry.
say that the right way.
I don't have the range. I don't have the bass emotion. I have like an annoying squeaky voice. I can't do the in a world. Like it just sounds like I just shit
That was
myself.
pretty good. That wasn't
That's
bad.
that's because I shit myself.
Oh, in a world where Skippy shits himself.
Which is, you know, Sunday. But yeah, no, like yeah, I know people that are buying are okay. So for a while it was, every like let's say 5-6 years you needed to go out and buy a new laptop. Okay, then became a thing where like every couple of years you need to go buy a new phone. Now look at all the things that you're going to need to replace on a regular basis. Like at this point, like if you are building a smart home, holy shit, you need to replace cameras, speakers, like TVs, refrigerators, fucking freezers. I don't even know. I've lost count at the amount of money and energy and work you have to spend in order to update this stuff. And here's the thing. Even if you say, well, you know what, I don't need the new stuff. The old stuff works fine. I don't need this new functionality. I'm fine with the functionality that it already has. Guess what? You don't get that choice because they either A stop supporting it and they'll update like their apps and say, guess what? This shit no longer works. Or there's a security threat where your stuff is no longer getting security updates and is now just open to
Yeah.
hacking and attacks.
Yep, exactly. You know how many articles I've seen about Internet of Things being like every single one of them being vulnerable to hacks.
Yes. Yeah, I
It's
will.
like your refrigerator is now gonna listen to your conversations and understand what's going on in your house, just like Alexa and Google Assistant or whatever.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying, which is why I keep saying like most of the people that I know that work in IT, if you ask any of them about about smart home, they will say, "Oh fuck no, I would never put any of that shit in my house." Are you kidding me?
So what you're saying, Skippy, is you're all about state-run technology and let the oligarchy control all of that, or sorry, the
No,
patriarchy control all of that, so that there's a standard that will continue on throughout the years.
no, I'm just saying I don't want any of that shit in my house. Like I just want a deadbolt and a shotgun and stay the fuck out of my house.
How are you
Yeah.
going to control your freezer temperature from at work?
By
I
plugging.
mean, what happens? What happens
You know the
if
little analog dial that just says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah.
Like I have to find the sweet spot between 3 and 4 that equals 30 degrees or 28 degrees.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Also,
What you
also,
doing before with your finger looked like you found the sweet spot.
nice. Oh, here we go. No, he was trying to switch to the next song. No, but like I would also like to pay a rational amount of money for my refrigerator as opposed to paying $20,000, so that in 20 years my refrigerator can send me a notification say, "Hey Skippy, I'm on a date. Replace me."
And
This isn't the only thing. Furniture, like dressers and desks and shit, they've
what?
all gone to crap. Appliances. I
Gone to
I've
crap. I
heard of
was like, what the hell? When I sit in my chair, am I going to have an app being like, you've gained weight?
no,
See, no, but
You
see
need to
again,
no.
get
You're
to
talking
the.
about smart stuff. I'm just saying they like in the 60s they built stuff out of hardwood, and like I still
Yes.
have dressers from when I was a fucking 3-year-old. And I
Yeah.
have my dresser when I was that young. 40 years later plus, and it's still in good shape. But there's
Are
like
you bringing that
five
to the new
sets.
house?
I am, but we're
Good.
throwing out so much furniture that lasted, I don't know, 5 years, and we're
Right.
like,
From
the drawers
IKEA.
don't slide, and we're like,
Yeah.
fuck this, throw it in the
It's
garbage. We already threw it in a dumpster. Appliances, you'd be lucky if they last 5 years.
yeah, my house is filled with furniture that it's filled with what do you call it? That's what do you call it? It's not wood. It's a composite board. What the hell
Yeah,
is it called?
yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
fall apart.
I'm not bringing this shit with me. This stuff is either staying in this house or I'm burning it, like, or I'm
Right.
No,
throwing it out. It's not
we
meant
are
to
in
travel.
a disposable society.
Yep.
And
Yes.
that's the thing. Like, we expect things to last 2 or 3 years, and that's how they build this stuff. Like, even electronic devices, our phones, they have a 2 year like built-in life cycle, and after that, you're supposed to upgrade, flagship or not. It's okay.
Yeah,
Did you
absolutely.
spend
Yeah.
$200 or $1,000 on your phone? Hey, it's been 2 years. You have to spend $1,000 on the next one.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Which brings me to my next point. Why the fuck would you buy the Stadia Founder Edition?
Because you're a dick and you want it like
Because I want the
well,
black controller and not the white
no,
controller.
it's the
What?
blue
Did I
Whoa,
say
controller.
whoa,
that?
The
whoa, whoa,
blue
whoa.
controller.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna have to edit
No,
that
it's
out later.
black.
Well, no, it's
No,
true.
it's blue.
Once you start using the black controller, you never go back.
Yeah. Well, I
No,
haven't even used
and
it
it is
yet because
blue.
it's pre-order.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's my biggest question about this. I I
Wait,
I
you want to hear
actually
the worst
understand
part?
what.
I bought a 4K Chromecast in anticipation of Stadia, and then the special required you to buy a Chromecast plus a controller.
Well, yeah. So what?
What the fuck? I just want the black controller. Now I have to have two Chromecasts.
Here's what I don't get, Jerry. You have your PC, which you love, which I can't tear you away from. You also bought an Xbox, which I appreciated for all of 5 minutes until I realized you're never going to actually use it.
Well, no, you
Why do
That's
you?
not
when
true.
you're like, come on, let's play.
I don't know.
You're never like, come on, let's play.
I always say, "Come on, let's play." Are
Are
you
you
joking?
kidding? He says it as often as you say,
I send you.
do the calendar.
Yeah, I send you. Yeah, exactly. You send me a thing every morning saying, "Skippy, update the calendar," and I send you a thing saying, "I'll update it right after we play Anthem on Xbox," and then I
Well,
never hear back from you.
okay. Well, you know what? At nights, so when I say, hey, you know what? I'm available. Like my whole family's gone to bed and everything. You're like, I gotta hang out
Yeah,
with my wife,
But
or
that's wife time
it's
after
too
10. We all
late.
know that.
yeah.
Skippy.
You start
Skippy's done
way
at
too
9, 10
late.
o'clock.
No, wife
You
time is early.
no
Get
you
it over with. Get
No,
it done,
you
and
have
then
no you don't
power. You have
no
a power woman
Jerry.
wife.
You don't
Like
understand.
works
I have to.
crazy hours and like has to go to bed early because she has like a lot of responsibility in the morning. You
right.
know, the
Jerry,
I mean, I'm
Jerry.
not saying our wife.
So are you saying that Skippy's wife doesn't have any responsibilities and has no power, and so she could
No,
stay at
no,
home?
Literally
no.
just
So-
missed where I said I'm not saying our wives don't have but they
Jerry, I
clearly
have
don't
to.
mind
My
the late
evenings are
night
busy
staying up.
because I have to swipe through so many songs. Otherwise, otherwise she's gonna leave me. I go
Increase
through
the
like
volume,
I
lower the
go
volume.
through I go
Increase
through
the
like
volume.
I go through like 30 albums a night. Like it's crazy.
Yep. Go you, Skippy.
Yeah,
that
I
is good
You go through
relief.
I
those. That
I I
you
have
work
a
that
I have
playlist.
I have arthritis in my wrist.
I have carpal tunnel in my thumb.
Yeah, but a very happy wife. Anyway, so backtracking a little bit here. I don't understand. You have a place that you prefer to play these games, right? Why do you need Stadia? Like, what does it add to your life?
So
I just have a bad feeling you're
honestly,
never going to use it.
no, I don't know. I don't know. And I will give that a try. And if it doesn't work out, well, that's on me. It's a sunk cost. But actually, since in my new life where I am now, I rarely use this computer, my desktop. I actually just turned this on today because for the first time in like 3 weeks. When I went away for the conference that I had, I turned it off. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use it for a while. I just turned it on today. So most of the time, I'm downstairs with my family on a laptop, um, and so I've been using that. So like in my new situation here, I'm like in this room. It's kind of away from everyone and everything, or so I just haven't used it much. I want to see Stadia and see how good that is. I mean, if I could play a game for like half an hour at work during
But hold
lunch
on,
break, that might be cool.
But what games are you going to play? You have to still
He's gonna
buy
play
them.
his clicker games where he
No,
fucking.
no,
But no,
no.
they
But
don't. But it doesn't
see,
have
that's
those.
the whole point.
You have to buy AAA titles from once again all over on this thing. None of your games carry over. There's no mobile games as are part of
Yes,
this.
oh, so yes, but like Borderlands 3. I love the Borderlands games. If I could play that for a bit at work on my phone or whatnot, that might be worth it. If
How are
I
you
could
going to play it on
play
your
it,
phone?
it's Stadia, dickhead.
So what are
That's
you
the
going to
whole
bring your
point of
your?
it.
So
You
you're going
can
to bring
play
your?
it anywhere.
Are you going to bring the Stadia controller with you to work?
I don't know, maybe. I bring my the like so some dumb schmuck gave me a what is it? A Kindle Fire to replace my old book reader. My old Kindle Fire that I was reading as a book reader. And yes, I bring that to work and I read my book during
Wait a minute.
lunch.
Hold on. I gave that to you. Oh.
Sorry, no,
Okay.
say some dumb shit. But anyway, so like which kind of goes into
I
another
can,
segue. But anyway,
I can tell
no, like,
Jerry's new job has some downtime. Let's just put it that way, where he's
Yeah, can I
bored.
can I get me one of those?
no, it's lunchtime. I actually go up to the 13th floor and go where it's outside and it's nice
Wait,
because
your building has a 13th floor?
yes.
That's weird. Most buildings don't have a
He's
13th floor.
he's
No,
got a.
I know.
Oh,
They're
that's
cool that
right.
way. They have a 13th floor.
Wow, you're really wow. Okay, you're really kind of chancing it
It's
there.
really on the
You know
14th
what?
physical floor, but
Fuck
it's the
you,
13th.
Skippy. Do you know when I was born? I was born on Friday the 13th. And I'm sure
Okay.
you're thinking, like, oh, that explains a lot of things, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, great.
Anyway, no,
No wonder
you know
he
what? I
buries the
will
pig
give
in
it
the
a try.
backyard.
And because I'm stupid, I'll pre-order it and I'll spend the money on the founder's controller and everything, and
Because it's
I'll give
black.
my son a few months or whatnot. Because since you're such a skeptical fuck, I wouldn't pass that savings along to you, which I originally might have, but after this podcast, I don't know
Wait
if
a
I
minute, what do
want
you
to do.
mean give this
Don't worry,
wait
Skippy. I'll do it if you want it.
wait, do what? Pass what savings? What are you talking about? I mean first of all, thank you, but second of all, I don't even know what you're talking about.
So the if you bought the founders edition, you get like 3 months to give to a friend or something like that.
Oh, I
So
don't wait,
saying no,
hold on a second. But you
but
can just get Stadia for free though.
no,
You have to buy a controller.
the free version is like 1080p and like certain games. I think the paid version is 4K with
Right.
additional whatnot.
But if you're playing this on your phone or your tablet, then you're not going to be using the 4K capability of it. The
Yeah,
4K is only useful then if you have like an
Wait,
incredible monitor or a TV.
yes, It's
Oh,
also you
some
need
of us
enough
have 4K
bandwidth for it.
TVs and are
What?
total cheap fucks.
I think you cut out there. What?
I said some of us have 4K TVs and aren't cheap fucks.
Yes, okay, that's fine. But
Wait,
okay, the reason you never play your Xbox is because you have to go downstairs or to wherever your 4K TV is and use it, and you never do. So
yeah,
what benefit do you get out of the 4K package?
Well,
none.
actually, my 4K TV is downstairs, my Xbox is upstairs, but it
Uh,
goes to my point exactly. If I could go downstairs,
No, no, no. You fail
what?
immediately. You
How?
said before, I take my laptop downstairs when the family is watching the TV, so I
yeah,
fuck around with my games. And
exactly.
Right.
so, like, you're not gonna be playing your Stadia on
You
the
will never
TV.
game on your 4K TV
No, but
ever.
no. So, okay, honestly, this is what happens. I go downstairs. My family is downstairs. They're watching TV. I'm playing it on my laptop from my like nice comfy recliner chair. I'm downstairs. I'm downstairs for the evening. I have my blanket on me. I'm a lazy fuck. I'm downstairs. I will watch YouTube videos on the TV after everyone goes to bed while playing shit on my laptop. If I can actually say, "Hey, you know what? Let me play Borderlands on my TV just with this controller," I would do that.
But you
You
can
know, I'm
do
not
that
going to
right now.
go upstairs and take the Xbox and
Yeah,
unplug it and unhook all the
wait,
cables and
Wait,
all
why
that
don't?
shit.
But hold on. But why don't you just connect the Xbox to your TV then?
wait. Not only that, he has a Steam Link. I know he does.
Yes,
Or that. But okay, yeah. But one thing at a time. Hold on. Yeah, there's a Steam Link. You're a good point. But yeah, why don't you just connect the Xbox to your TV?
because if I want to sit there and play with you and like chat on the
I can
you know
see you're struggling to
talk through
explain
the
this
game.
because
No, I'm
you
not.
can't just
No,
say you're wrong. You
I,
have to say like,
honestly
oh, that
no.
makes a lot of sense. You're like,
Just
well,
I'm
because you see,
no
because
because
socks are
if
hard to
they're
put on,
downstairs,
and my boxers are tight than I'd like them to be, and my balls are kind of waving in the wind is the reason that I can't do what you're describing.
no, if they're downstairs watching TV and I'm playing Anthem with you and I'm going to be talking, saying shit like, where the fuck am I supposed to be going? I don't know what's going on. What button am I supposed to be pressing? I'm going to have to be up here in this room where no one
Why?
is, but to be able to say hey, and to take a game from wherever the fuck I am to wherever the fuck I want to be. If I want to like go out into the garage and play on my tablet, I can do that
But
now.
you don't need the 4K thing for that, is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
right.
say. If you're playing on
Exactly.
your TV, you're
Hey,
still going to be
but
playing Borderlands, still screaming, where the hell am I going? Where's the button? Blah, blah, blah.
no, I
It's
know how
still
to
the
play
same.
Borderlands. I'm good with that.
Actually, okay,
It's
so I'm gonna
Anthem
I'm,
that
I'm gonna interrupt. The Stadia, I think the more important limiter is like frames per second or whatever. The 4K isn't really the issue here. It's more like the frames per second and so on and so forth. Other parts of the game capability.
I
I
don't think
think
those are affected by the free or pay tier. I think it's just the
yes.
resolution.
No, I totally do.
yeah.
Does it?
Oh,
I'm not sure. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. I'm not actually sure about that part.
But anyway, in the end, if I don't decide to continue it, I have a couple games or whatnot. I have the controller or whatnot, and I know this is what it could be, and this is what I have, or this is what it is without the paid, and then I can easily make that decision from there. So I mean,
So your reasoning is basically it's a new shiny toy. I wanted to try it out and see if I like it.
and that's why I want to buy a Tesla.
Well, everybody wants to buy a Tesla.
that's why I want to buy a
I
Tesla.
don't know.
Ruff,
I know
ruff.
some loser that's like, my aspiration in life is to buy a Nissan Leaf. I mean, come on. Like, what kind of
I can't.
loser?
Wow.
Oh man, that's harsh, man. I can't afford. Look, I would love a Tesla. I would
And it
absolutely.
comes
I would.
out in
I would,
the
I would
raw.
love one, but I can't. I cannot afford one. I actually looked up. I tried to say.
The
First of all,
Leaf.
there's no used car market for Tesla. I mean, there is,
Oh,
but like it's not feasible. but you can't really lease one. You can't really, and yeah, financing one is just outside my I can't justify it. I can afford it. I just can't justify it.
I saw something yesterday that was saying how Tesla is winning the market in the U.S., but outside of the U.S., Nissan Leaf like dominates.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Leaf is
Nissan
by
Leaf's
way. It's
huge.
not even close. The Leaf
And
is
also,
by far and away the best-selling electric car ever made.
yeah, and I don't know if they have it out now, but they're coming out with like a 230-mile battery pack or whatnot.
It's the Nissan Leaf Plus. It's out already. Yes, you can buy
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and it costs.
Um,
But the thing is, actually, the Plus though costs a little. Well, it's weird. The pricing of electric vehicles is so fucking weird when you start looking at incentives and all that crap. It's like so in some states it's like the same as the Model 3, and some it's a little more, and some it's a little less. It's pretty much the same thing. But there's a few. But the thing is, like, there's a few more on the horizon. Like I don't want to I don't really trust buying like an electric Chevy, but the Chevy Bolt apparently is I think it's the best one as far as range is concerned.
and you're saying
Um,
Volt and not Volt, right?
no, no,
Because they
I'm
have a
sorry, no, no.
Volt.
Yeah, there's a Volt. Fuck, I get them all confused. I'm talking about the sedan. I think is called the Volt. The little weird CUV thing is called I think the Bolt. I'm getting both
I'm
confused.
sorry.
I bet it.
What marketing dickhead decided
Yes.
to like? Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there's also the Spark. Well, it's funny because there's
No,
a Chevy.
Spark at least is different than Bolt or
I
Volt.
know, but here's the funny. There's a Chevy Spark that has a combustion engine, and there's a Chevy Spark that has that's electric,
Oh
and then
god.
there's a Bolt and a Volt. Yeah, dude, it's Chevy. They don't know how to market anything.
Don't even dwell on that one.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah, the one that Chevy makes supposedly has the most range for the value. And then next year, when we're finally hopefully be ready to buy a family car, we might buy the Kia Soul EV, which is I think going to be something like 290-mile range, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
That's not really.
But well, here's the thing. They all exaggerated. Okay, so the Nissan Leaf that I'm looking at has on paper it has a range of 100 and something like 107 or 110 miles, right? But here's the thing. That's like under ideal conditions, right? So when you're actually driving it, you can take that 110-mile range and drop it to like 90 miles or maybe even like 80 miles. And then you have to take into account like if you're on top of that you're going to be using AC or heat, you can take up probably another 10 miles off of that. And then there's the fact that where they say that when you're charging it, you should only charge it up to 80%. So like realistically, you're getting like half the range. Well, no, I'm sorry, not half the range, but
Maybe 80% the
3/4?
yeah,
range.
yeah. And then after a few years, when your battery starts losing bars and you're only have 90 or 80% of that, then you go down from that. So yeah, you have to keep things in perspective.
That was speaking of range, I was amazed to hear Tesla made an announcement. Oh, everyone in Florida is going to get an increased range update on their software during the
Yes.
hurricane so they can get away. I was like,
Yes,
what the fuck?
Wait,
No, so
really? They
give,
said that?
give the
Wait.
I didn't
maximum
hear that.
possible.
Wait. There's a reason
Whoa,
for
I
that.
want to hear this.
There's an explanation for that. The reason for that is it's the way Tesla makes cars. The only way they can turn a profit. Okay, so when you buy a Tesla, whichever model you buy, like whether it's a Series 3 or an S or an X, whatever, the cars are identical. They have the same batteries. They have the same everything in them. They differentiate their power and range by software, not by hardware. It's too expensive to make different cars. They sell the same fucking. Well, okay. I mean, as newer models come out, you might get one with like a bigger battery, but in general, when you buy like a Model S, like the lower version of the like the Model S or whatever, versus the higher range the Model S, it's the same exact car. They are limited by software. So theoretically,
Wow.
what they're saying is that if you want to, you could actually one day just be like, "Hey Tesla, here's like $5,000. Can you please upgrade my car?" And instantly through a software update, they can make your car go farther or faster.
Wow. Why hasn't anybody hacked it yet?
It's very hard. It also completely, it's a thing where like it negates. I'm sure some people have, but first of all, it kills some of the functions. It negates your warranty. There's a bunch of other things, but
Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm sure that car like calls back to home base and says, "Hey, what am I?" Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that's right. So that's caused some controversy. Not as much as I would expect, kind of, but I
So
actually
yeah,
don't have
but
really a
that's
problem with it. I think it's fine.
no,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
nothing new. They do that with
right.
CPUs.
You're
When
right,
they make
exactly.
CPUs, they make them all at like one level. They test them, and they're like, or they'll sell some at this level and some at that level. So, like I might have a 1200 megahertz CPU. Kevin might have a 14 megahertz or whatnot, gigahertz. They're the same CPU, but he bought one at a higher rate, or it's the same shit.
Yeah, they're basically saying like, look, these cars would be more expensive if we had to manufacture two different batteries. We save money and you save money by us making one battery, but we just limited using software, which
Right.
I think it's
On,
fine.
on the other hand, though, you could easily argue, well, you made that battery and you're selling it for this lower price point, so obviously you're making money on that price point, so why can't we all have that range?
Because everyone is just going to pay the lower amount, and they're going to say, well, but then we can't afford to sell. Okay, if they're saying, look, we're selling you this battery
Right.
for $20,000, thousand
No,
dollars, but
I'm
the only
just
way we can afford to sell it to you is if some other guy pays $40,000 for
right,
that battery.
and I totally understand that.
Otherwise, you're all
I'm
paying
just
thirty
playing
thousand
devil's
dollars.
advocate here.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the same thing as like, well, not the same thing, but it's kind of similar to like, uh, when gamers throw a shit fit when they say they bought a game and they have to pay to get the DLC, but the DLC is actually already in the game. They just have to pay,
To unlock it.
to unlock it.
Yeah, that's kind
And they're
of.
like, I can't believe it's in there. Blah blah. I already have it. But yeah, but you didn't pay
No,
for. I mean, I don't know. I
you're
don't.
paying for the IP. You're
It's the
paying
license.
for the time that it takes to
Yeah.
create
It's
that
a
and everything.
license to
I
use.
Yeah, I don't really understand what the difference. Like, who cares how the manufacturer locks you out of that functionality, whether it's software or
Right.
not? What difference does it make?
right. Would you
So,
rather go to the store and have your car be laid up for a week while they swap out all the shit and everything? No. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
exactly. Like, it'd be great if you could just call a company and be like, "Hey, I got a bonus at work. I got a $10,000 bonus. Here's five of it. Can you make my car go a lot farther?" And they're like, "Yeah." Click. There you
yeah.
go. You're done.
But also, you can get into the market. You can buy that Tesla at a lower price point and say, later on, say, hey, you know what? I have more money I've saved up, or I got a raise. Can I have the extended range?
Now,
Sure. Here
now
you
here's the
go.
only now
Can I
here's the
have
only
the
thing.
full?
Here's the only thing. Don't quote. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if you can actually unlock it later. I know you can unlock
No, but
certain features,
right, like
but I think you
autopilot
can.
or something like that. That's
But
software based.
but here's my next question. What happens when resale kicks in, right? So let's say you bought a low level Model 3, right? And you're like, all right, whatever, I'm upgrading. And you sell that Model 3 for whatever the depreciated price of it is. And I buy it, and then I go, oh, well, I buy this car for half of what it's worth, but then I can just spend an extra 5K, and all of a sudden I have the upper tier Model 3. Like, I don't know how that's going to work going forward. You know what I mean?
Sounds like now you have an upper tier Model 3. And if
Right.
you want to flip
Yeah.
that and sell it for, if you
That's
buy it
right.
for 20K, spend 5K to upgrade that, and sell it for 40K, bonus to you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because you could just
It
buy.
doesn't seem
You
like
can just
that's
buy.
how
You
that
can just.
works at all.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, but then, yeah, I guess you're right. It doesn't matter because then you can just buy somebody else who's selling an upgraded Model 3 for $5,000 more because that's how much it costs. So I guess it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but is Tesla gonna charge you 5K to upgrade? No, they're gonna charge you 20K or 15 depreciated
I don't
to
know.
I don't
upgrade.
think so. I think they'll just charge you what the difference is. But it doesn't
Right,
really matter.
but the difference
They're
is
getting their
20K.
money and you're getting your money. So does it really matter? It's a win-win.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, that didn't make any sense to me.
Anyway, it doesn't matter to me because I can't afford it. I'm buying a Nissan Leaf, so fuck everybody. Actually, so Nissan Leaf has another interesting thing, which I'm amazed Tesla has not thought of. but I assume they will. So you know how Tesla sells the Powerwall, the
Yeah.
huge battery they, right? So what Nissan's doing is they're trying something completely different, and I think it's only starts with the new Nissan Leafs that are coming out that just came out in 2019. So they have a thing where the car becomes the battery for the house. So what they're saying is
Right.
that
Mm-hmm.
if your car is parked in your garage and it's plugged into this charger, if you lose power, you can technically run your house off your car,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is for a very limited time, obviously. But still, that's pretty fucking cool if you think about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty neat. It also kind of raises a question, like if you do work, let's say, at an office where they do let you plug your car in, if you drive into work every day, plug your car in, and then drive it
You
home
come
and then
home
plug it
and you
into,
have like, yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you only get a couple of hours, but still, like
Well,
that's
yeah.
free energy.
Well, can you just say use my car's power, or is it if you've lost all power, or is it like a certain
I don't know.
There's
thing
gonna be,
where?
I
no
have
matter
no
what,
idea.
there's got to be the cutoff circuit from the grid to something
Right.
else, like a generator or your car or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, but Nissan is basically envisioning a future where you have a bunch of solar panels, and if you're charging everything up, and you have this car in your garage, and if you for some reason use more power than your solar panels generate in that given day, your car will just power your house for a couple hours while you're
That's kind of cool.
sleeping or something. Yeah, it's really
Which one of you? Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, which one of you guys was it? You, Skippy, that shared the video with the vibrating dildos that generate power?
That's
What? I missed
that
that.
that sounds like
Really?
so-
No,
that
there
sounds
was like,
That would
that
have
sounds
been
like something
vibrating.
I would totally share.
Yeah, it was like the dildo power generation. So it was basically
Are you tired of getting fucked by your?
bladeless.
Are you tired of getting fucked by your power company? Well,
It was bladeless, like
Bladeless.
windmills.
oh, I did share that. Yes, this is
Yeah.
yes. I knew it. See, I said if anybody, it
Oh,
was me.
that
It's
was.
It's a windmill
Yes, I
without
did see
blades.
that.
Yes, it basically vibrates in the wind
Yes,
and generates power.
Yeah.
you
It's just yes,
now
you
I
literally place a gigantic dildo in your backyard.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna do it anyway.
No, like
It's pretty amazing. But
Yeah.
you can't do it because I mean you heard what our president said. Windmills cause cancer, so I can't do it. I'm sorry.
did he really say that?
Did you, are you serious? You didn't hear about this?
No,
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh my God! How did you miss this? This was one of the biggest things about it. Yes. When you get after this podcast, Google Trump and windmills and cancer. He stood on a stage and said he was talking about how first of all, if you have he was talking about wind power, and he's saying if you have any of those big windmills within like whatever 20 miles of your house, it decreases your value of your property. But which okay, fine, maybe. But then he went into a whole thing about how windmills cause cancer.
Noise cause. Trump claims wind turbine noise causes cancer.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I am surprised you haven't heard about this. But then, there's so many things that he says and
There's
does
so
that
many things.
Yeah, exactly.
You
it's
know
like
what's funny? I used to
can't keep-
have an RSS feed of Bush, like Bushisms.
yes, I remember that was a whole thing, and it's like,
And-
wow, it's just
and
not
it's-
relevant anymore.
What's amazing is there would be so much more with Trump. It's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he said this. It's mind-boggling.
As much of an idiot as Bush was, he would just stumble through words and say dumb things and just forget what he was saying like half sentence.
Yeah.
But that's that's nothing
wouldn't-
compared to
he
a way of
wouldn't-
He
writing.
was
Yeah,
innocent.
like-
He wasn't causing damage.
He wasn't like
Hurricane.
yeah, he was like, hey,
He
what if we
wouldn't
nuke
have
hurricanes?
Hurricane
Yeah.
Pats and Sharpie. How do people like look at this guy and believe anything that this dumb fuck says?
I wanted him so badly to say, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait until this hurricane is over Alabama, and then we're gonna nuke it. Like,
Yeah,
would've
oh
been
my God.
awesome.
I want to find whoever at
And
NOAA.
then everybody in Alabama would be like, "This is why I'm gonna vote for him again in 2020."
I'm
really.
like, I'm scared he's gonna say like, oh, you know that movie Purge? Like, let's do that for real.
I wouldn't put any.
Yeah, I
I
feel like
would
that's
not
gonna
put
happen no matter what.
anything past him. some dumb fuck at Noah was like, oh yeah, like you could have extrapolated that to go
Of
to.
course. Yeah.
Like just find that person, drag them out, and like
And,
murderize
and
them.
throw them. No,
Noah
throw them into the
apparently
hurricane.
Noah.
Yeah,
I saw
exactly.
Just strap a
Noah
nuclear
like
bomb to them and throw them
supported.
into a hurricane. What?
Yeah,
Noah supported the whole
that's what
Georgia
I'm
thing.
saying.
Yeah.
No, yeah, someone at Noah was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
That
okay.
was in a briefing. I said that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely insane. But
Wait,
yeah.
you know what's more important is Wheel of Times
What?
coming around the corner on
Oh,
Amazon.
so I don't know if I should touch myself or run to the hills.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So
was. Oh, that's
Wheel
what
of Time.
the WOT thing. I was wondering
Yes.
what that was on the
Yes.
list. Okay, good. I'm glad
Oh
because I
my
wanted to ask you,
God, I am
what is
so
it?
excited to
But what if they?
Hold
Okay,
on. Stop. What is Wheel of Time? Because I
Wheel of
legitimately don't know what it is.
Time is a book series by Robert.
It's a book.
No, 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 no.
Yes.
I
It's
have to
so
read.
good.
I have to
It's
read
like
and or listen to this. Ugh.
no,
yes, you
this
really,
well you
really
do, but
do.
you'll never yeah.
It's one of the best book series, and so basically
Better
every
than Lord of the Rings.
yeah
It's
better
known
than
to
Whoa.
a
no no
That's
yes.
fighting. That's fighting
it
words.
really
It
dude
is, and I'm serious.
so good.
It is known in like all of like I don't know fantasy fandom
Okay, wait.
to be
Stop.
on the same level.
Hold on. Why does Google keep activating? Jesus. Hold on a second. You're saying,
People is so jazzed about Wheel of Time.
but hold on. You're saying it's a book and you're so excited about it. So that
No,
means you
it's a
read
series.
this. Is
Yes.
it going to be a show or is it already a
Yes,
book?
It's going to
Amazon
be a
finally
TV
got
series.
the rights
Yes.
to produce the.
Amazon is on a roll lately, man. I hate to say it, but like I may have to keep Prime just for some of the shows that they got upcoming. I don't give a
It's
shit about like I'm done with Netflix. Netflix is like barely anything on the horizon, but Amazon is fucking killing it
well,
lately with some of the
well,
stuff they got
Netflix.
upcoming.
You can quasi respect Netflix for pumping so much cash into new content, but
Like,
Amazon
wait,
is
like what? They've got a
no
bunch
no
of
no no.
crappy
I'm not bringing up
their Adam Sandler movies.
no
Who
no
the
no
fuck
no no no.
cares?
Stop. I'm just saying they pumped cash into it. Amazon is like what? Bad Boys is the best shit they've put out. Maybe
Wait, whoa. Hold on a
um
second.
oh
First of all, Amazon didn't put
the
out Bad
Tick.
Boys. They
Yeah.
put out The Boys. Is
They
that what you're
canceled the
Yeah.
tick
saying?
anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck.
no,
No, but
no.
my
Amazon.
point is,
Hold
what
on.
good
Amazon
shit
has
is on Amazon?
You should see what they have. Actually, the Jack Ryan series is great. They've got Carnival Row, that's really good. They've got the Grand Tour, which is really awesome.
I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah,
Well,
like
you
so it's in
you're really missing
it's
out
in
actually.
it's in Skippy's circle, so we'll
No,
have to
no,
go
not at
check
all.
it
No, no,
out.
hold on. I'll break these down. Actually, Carnival Row you should check out. It actually is really awesome. Um, Jack Ryan,
Okay, wait,
surprisingly,
wait, wait,
is
wait, wait, wait,
very good.
wait. Not so, like all that stuff is cool, but this is about Wheel of Time, and the
Yeah.
thing is, no,
But
no,
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 dude.
no. Like
oh,
This is so
HBO
epic.
has built up some
and
respect on
wait,
a
and
lot of.
Amazon has The Expanse, by the way.
Okay, no,
Expanse is pretty cool.
Yeah.
look, we have all these new content providers, right? You have Netflix for a while has been pumping mad cash into stuff. You have HBO who's established a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
And
HBO's great.
and Amazon is at the bottom of the list. And
I disagree with you. I think the quality of content that's coming out of Amazon lately is up there with HBO, and I think Netflix is severely fucked at this point because Amazon is
I
actually
don't
doing
think
really
I think
well, and Disney Plus is going to just help destroy
you're
it.
not I don't feel like that notion is commonplace. Like
No,
social
it's
media
not.
and shit is not talking about
No,
Amazon
you're
Prime coming out with awesome content.
no, you're absolutely right. Netflix right now it rules them all, but so did Blockbuster for a while.
Well, HBO rules them all over Netflix, but my point is for those like avid fans of a Wheel of Time story, which is an amazing book series. Robert Jordan ends up dying before he finishes the series, and then like
Which
another.
my wife and I joked about, and it
Yes,
came true. I take
right?
full
Wow.
credit for that.
And
Wow,
then
way to
and
go,
then my
Jerry.
absolute
Yeah, no.
favorite author of all time actually ends up finishing it. And then now there's this moment where there's going to be, like let's face it, uh uh oh, wow, I'm losing my mind. Oh, Game of Thrones became like
Blech.
big
Blech.
ass. I know,
Yeah.
Blech.
but Game
Well,
of
that's the
Thrones
thing. Well,
gained its fame through HBO, and I'm just sort of really, oh my god, like this is an awesome book series, and Amazon, will they fuck it up or will it do well? And my
right.
biggest cross fingers is that Brandon Sanderson is
Who's
part of
Brandon Sanderson?
favorite
So this
author of
is
all
yeah.
fucking time.
Okay, so hold on. Wait. I want to lay this out so they understand it. So there's this book series called Wheel of Time.
Yes,
Amazon
Yes.
acquired the rights to it. The
Yes.
author of Wheel of Time died before he finished it, but this
Yes.
guy
Yes.
Brandon, whoever the fuck, is a great author who's taking over consulting on the
Yes.
series, and he's going to be like the showrunner to make sure
Well, I don't know if
it
he's
serves
going
the
to be
original.
the showrunner, but he also wrote. So Robert Jordan
he's
started the series.
consultant producer. There's a
Okay,
couple of good producers running it, but then he's a Brandon Sanderson, who is established in his own right, wrote the last, I don't know, three or
Three
so of
books.
three books in the series for Robert Jordan because Robert Jordan passed away. So he finished the
I
entire
see.
epic series.
Okay,
And I have to say, personally reading the books, he finished it amazingly. So,
okay.
and in fact, it's what made
So
me
the
sort
story's
of,
done, right?
yeah,
The
the
story's
story's
finished.
totally done.
Okay.
Um,
So they
I
have source material to work off
Yes,
through the entire
absolutely,
series.
yeah, correct.
Okay.
And knowing that I have read almost every single one of I have read every single Brandon Sanderson book, and like consider him my favorite, knowing that he's a part of the Amazon production consulting team gives me hope that it won't suck ass. Is essentially it.
Okay, no, that makes sense because what killed Game of Thrones is because as soon as they ran out of source material from R.R. Martin
Yep.
and left it up to the two assholes that ran
Yep.
the show, it
Agreed.
completely went downhill. Yeah,
Yeah, it really
that's
did
fine.
tank at the end. Yep.
Yeah.
I could say I agree with that.
So now the thing that I'm worried about with Wheel of Time, and there's so much material for it. There's so much
How many books is
behind the
it?
scenes. What?
How many books is it?
13, I think.
14,
14 maybe.
15?
I don't think it's
Um,
15.
Well, that's fine. I mean, if it does well, they can run. I mean, asking
yeah,
for a show to run for 13 years is asking for a lot. But
right.
There's no way. In
No,
fact, the first
but
two books
but
will
they
be
can.
too slow for a TV
yeah.
series.
So
Wait,
like
wait. You mean wait too slow? You mean there's so much content, or because it's just there's so much buildup that because okay, here's,
yes.
if it
The
moves
answer is
too
yes.
slow if it moves
Yeah,
too slowly, they're just gonna try
it
to simplify it in
No.
the show.
exactly. It's too much
Now,
character. I can tell you already. The first book starts with like Wheel of Time has sort of like three male prime characters, but then there's so many prime characters, it's ridiculous. But there's three male prime characters, and what I've already heard is
So the
that
patriarchy. Okay, go ahead.
yes.
no, but but actually Wheel of Time has a ton of matriarchy. There's a huge amount of prime female characters,
Ooh,
and
are they?
what
Sorry.
Amazon is doing is focusing on not so there's like the first two books delve into the male characters in what I agree is like a ridiculous amount of detail and narrative. And in the Amazon series, they're going to dive right into one of the female characters and then pull everything together, which jump starts to almost like the third book. I don't know about like actual timeline happening in the series, but it's good that they're going to approach it from that angle. They're supposedly focusing on one of the main female characters in the first, let's say,
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
what it,
It's
series.
Moraine that's the
Yeah,
main
right.
character.
She's
Yeah.
it's from her angle point of view instead of the three male characters,
which
and I
makes
think
sense.
actually might work well.
Right. But they're very different mediums, and the great thing that I find about the books, and it's funny because when I was trying to get my wife to read these books, she was like, "This sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's too slow." I'm like, "No, just go read it, read it, read it." And there's a lot of backstory, and like the first book or two are kind of slow, but you get an appreciation for where these characters are coming from and where they're going. And like, spoiler alert, it's from like the basest of base to like changing the world. But like, I don't know, when I got to the end of the first book, and whenever I read the end of the first book, I get fucking goosebumps. Like, just like the last couple of chapters, and they're amazing. And like, quite honestly, I have not yet gotten through the complete series because every time I like another book would come out, I would start from the beginning. And now, like that the series is coming out, I'm planning on going from start to finish.
Oh my
But
god.
it's just they're so good, but there's so much stuff, so much like world building. It's on the whole Lord of the Rings scale, where like, where does this person come from, and what's the, you know like, what's the history behind this group of people and that group of people, and it all makes has a lot to do with it. It's hard. I don't know how they're going to put this all in a TV series format, and what's going to get lost and what's going to get fucked up. But like, from the time that I started reading these, I'm like, I want to see this on a big screen. I want to see this on my 4K TV, and like see this epicness, and like I have that image in my mind. And it's interesting how like this will be extrapolated to the TV.
See, it's
And
funny
now
you
that,
mention that because I'm actually always fearful of that. I think a while ago I was
oh,
talking about
so am
the
I.
I was talking about the Dragonlance series, and I was like, as much as
Yeah,
I love that series, and as much as I would kind of love for them to turn that into a show, which by the
right,
way they sort of kind of did. Yeah, I, I don't think they could possibly do justice to how I envisioned all of this in my head.
right.
But then again, but you look at something like Lord of the Rings, and like they did an incredible job with that, and they actually lived up to. I'm sorry, they exceeded my expectations as far as that's concerned. So it's doable, I guess.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
Um, but it would
I
make
think
it would
Lord
make
of
me
the Rings,
nervous.
like if they can achieve a Lord of the Rings or yes, a Game of Thrones,
Uh,
let's say the
please don't
first,
bring Game of Thrones into
no,
this.
no, the first bunch of series where it really
As soon as this
developed.
podcast is done, I'm gonna go achieve Game of Thrones in my bathroom. But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, but Game of
No,
Thrones
but
is different. Game of
Game of
Thrones,
Thrones
like, they
tanked
got,
at the end. You hated it in the beginning, but
Game of Thrones. Here's the okay. Here's the thing.
uh,
I hated it in the end, but I wasn't like blown away with it in the beginning. It was
no,
good, but it wasn't
okay,
like, oh my god.
but
It was never on par with the
Skippy,
shit that Tolkien did or some of the other epic novels out there. It was okay. It was
well,
but
did
entertaining.
you read the
Skippy,
books?
here is the fact that
No,
I will
I have
put
no
on the
interest in reading
table.
the books.
It
Okay.
is well liked, like across our country.
Yeah,
Like
but
it gained. It actually finished. It didn't get canceled. People like it. Like there is a sort of like bias level opinion on your part. The end of it, I totally agree with you. Last season, totally agree with you. But it made it through a whole bunch of seasons with a lot of fame and appreciation.
so
So
has keep well, hold on a second. So has keeping up with the Kardashians. So
whatever,
Yeah, no.
my point is the ultimately I hope Wheel of Times doesn't fucking tank
Yeah.
like
oh
ridiculous.
no, I will say this. I hope that all these shows get a chance to run fully through before, like
Yeah,
I do
it's
want them all to get an
halfway
opportunity to
sucked.
tell the entire story. Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Wheel of
impossible to judge anything if it doesn't get to tell their full story. Like you can't say this was good or this was bad if it never got to the end.
Yeah,
You
and
you
Wheel
can't
of
judge
I
it on that.
gotta tell you,
Time.
if I ever win the lottery and I have like millions of dollars, I wish the Polity became a fucking
Oh, that
series.
would be awesome. That would be
By the
amazing.
way,
But no, Wheel of Time the series is completed, so they can follow that
Yep,
through from start to
exactly.
finish.
Yep.
And you know, honestly, dude, you should read that series. It's amazing. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
but it's awesome, but it is a dedicated time and it's arduous.
but you guys know that His Dark Materials is coming out on HBO, right?
Who? What?
No,
Huh?
His Dark Materials.
Who?
I did
What?
What?
not know that.
Who his?
Okay, the series His Dark. I it just remind me of it.
I
His
don't
Dark
know what that
Materials.
is. I don't know what that is.
He's hijacking the thread.
No, 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 no. I just wanted to say because I don't want to forget. I literally just looked it up really quick because I couldn't remember the name of it. So a few years ago, a movie came out called help me out on this. It's something about the polar.
Polar.
Fuck. I'm okay. It was a series called His Dark Materials, right? A while ago, a movie came out, and I have to look up what it was called, but it was like supposed to be the first book. It was I keep wanting to say the Polar Express. But that was a shitty animated movie with Tom Hanks. But no, it was the Golden Compass. Wow, it had nothing to do with polar. Jesus Christ, fucking anomia. Anyway, it was called the Golden Compass. I think the Golden Compass was the first book in that series
Yeah,
of His Dark.
in North America, it's called
Yeah,
the
it
Northern
bombed.
Lights.
Yeah, it bombed
Originally.
terribly.
Yeah.
But you guys might actually be interested in this series. I never read the books. I don't know anything about it, but it's very much
Oh,
loved, and
maybe I need to get the audiobooks.
it's the long. But I'm saying, yeah, it's along the lines of the kind of stuff that you guys like, from what I understand. I'm definitely gonna check the show out. I'm not gonna bother with the books, but supposedly the show does it justice, whereas the Golden Compass did not. But that might be something you guys might be interested in. So it's coming out like in a month or earlier, or I think it's like right
Yeah.
around the corner.
So speaking of
Wow, there's
stuff,
13 books in this series.
Yeah, but Wheel of Time. I want to actually try to read Wheel of Time before the show. When is the show supposed to come
do
out
it.
on Amazon?
Oh, jeez.
I don't honestly don't know. They're just
If
casting
it,
people now.
oh, okay. So you're talking
I'm
about a few.
following their Twitter feed, and like each like week or two they announce someone. And that's another thing. Like I think I'm afraid that people that don't understand the universe, so to speak, aren't going to understand like anything, even the casting stuff. So let's say the
Well, they
main
have to do
magic
good work.
users,
They have to do proper world building. I mean, that's one of the
right?
biggest challenges
Yes,
of all these
but
fantasy shows.
that's hard. That's hard in a TV show as opposed to a book. So like the whole thing about the magic users, let's say in this universe, they're relatively ageless. So like you might look at this person and you're like, wow, is this person like 20 or 30 years old? Meanwhile, they might be like 80 or 90 years old, but because of
Oh, like
their
Usador. That's
yeah,
cool.
exactly. So like because they're touching this magic source, they're kind of ageless. Like you can't push that. So like are people going to be like, "Oh my god, they're just like uh casting like young actors for this so they look good or whatnot?" It's hard to see like where the criticism can lie in this. Um, and I don't know if it will be well received or not, but hopefully it's good because
Well,
I've been wanting this for a while.
Yeah, it would suck if it sucked. Quite frankly.
Well,
that's
and not only if it sucked, not necessarily if it sucked, but if it's not well received, it might be amazing, but not well received for certain reasons of not understanding.
the risk that all these shows face is that fantasy shows, especially from what I'm hearing you describing, tend to have a high production value,
Mhm.
so they have to hit pretty well for the net
fantasy
for
and sci-fi.
yeah for them to justify making it. None of these are like pet projects or fan projects. They need to have enough of an audience where they need to keep making it. And
Yeah, they really have to break through.
yeah, and those shows are pretty expensive to make. So
Yeah.
if
I
it's
agree.
if it's 13 books, I mean, I'm assuming Amazon knows what they're getting into, and they have to know that they're in it for the long haul. So for them to sort of just say like, well, hopefully it survives for 4 to 5 years, I don't think they'd be getting into it if that was a thing. This might be like a long play for them, hopefully.
I
His
hope so.
his
I
Dark
really hope so.
Materials
And they're doing it,
looks
at a good time. Right now, there's this thirst for something to replace things like Game of Thrones. Like, yes, no matter, I mean, yes, it was a huge piece of shit, but a lot of people loved it, and they want more of that. So they will be looking for replacements. And if Amazon can get their shit together if they can get their shit together fast enough and produce the show properly, they're going to lure people away from HBO and say, here's your new Game of Thrones. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to be going for.
Yeah. No. I like when Game of Thrones came out, I was like, wow, I'd really want to see Wheel of Time. And now that it's coming out, I hope it's as good as I want it to be. It's such a good story.
I'm way more interested in a Polity adaptation. But
Okay.
who knows? It's not there.
That
Okay,
We'll
would
just
be
have to
cool.
wait.
So, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if you still wanted to cover, but I had a small tangent to go on.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so a little while ago, Kevin, you mentioned mushrooms. So I was gonna ask, when we do boys' night, I actually have some. Do you guys want me to bring some?
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, you know what? If that's what it
Wait,
takes you to
not without a
actually do
goddamn
boys'
calendar.
night,
Oh,
yes,
fuck's sake.
sure. That would be
Jesus.
amazing. Absolutely. I'm all in for that. Whatever you want.
At this
Whatever
point,
you want to shove up
yes.
my
The
ass,
answer is
if
yes, boys'
that
night, if it
gets
can
you to
happen.
boys' night,
That's not how
yes,
you
I
take
will
them.
do that.
It's not a suppository.
Wait, but that might make
No.
it go faster, right?
No, stop looking. No, stop justifying everything you shove up your ass with. It makes it better. No, no. For the love of God. No, so what I'm saying is, yeah, I have a bunch of them sitting around that I need to do something with. I don't know. It's old as fuck. I don't even know if it's still potent. It might be. It might have.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
But I figured I'll still bring it and see what happens.
So is that
Wow.
like, medicinal brownies, how you're like, oh, let's do that, and then you're going to be like, oh, never mind.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I have a ton of that. I can bring a ton of that.
Yeah, uh-huh.
If we have time to make them, yeah. Man, I just
Of
realized
course we will.
I'm going to be crossing state lines with so many drugs.
Oh my god, that's not good. Wait.
What? Uh,
Why are we looking at Kevin's crotch right now?
yeah, Kevin, that was a really weird camera pan.
I'm trying to look at my nothing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so Skippy, yeah, if that's what it takes you to get to boys' night, absolutely, I'll do whatever the fuck you want.
I
Yeah.
think I have to say with that last camera pan, I think Kevin is working a lot harder to get me to go to boys' night than you were. That was a very nice display. Thank you for that. Okay, I'll see. I'll weigh the risk of going to jail forever versus having fun at boys' night.
Just like put it in, like behind your glove box or something, or I'm sure there's like some weird compartment in your car that you can
pull
just
the
put it.
panel apart and throw
Yeah,
it inside next to the
exactly.
Yeah, they've never had. I'm sure they've never pulled over anybody who's tried to do that stuff. Ooh,
They don't know. They don't know what they're doing.
this guy's so smart. He hid his drugs behind the glove compartment. What a criminal genius.
It's so much easier to take the door panel off and put it like in the window area.
Yeah. No, that's right. Keep talking. I'm recording all of this. So speaking of illegal things, do you guys see there's the new Bad Boys movies coming out? I don't know if you saw the trailer.
Not.
Did you see?
That's
I don't know if you saw
I
the
haven't really followed.
I don't know if you're a fan of the old Bad Boys movies, which admittedly I am. I'll admit it. I love the first one. The second one was horrible, but at least somewhat entertaining. But there's a third one coming out called Bad Boys for Life, and I saw the trailer for it, and it's just depressing. It's really sad because I mean, look, we all age, we all get, we all get older. We're not all in prime shape anymore, and I mean that's fine. That's life. That's nature. But like seeing like Will Smith, who actually still looks amazing for his age,
Yes.
but then Martin Lawrence, oh God, like I don't think he ever expected another Bad Boys movie to happen. It's just, and it's sad because so a few years ago, Martin Lawrence was in a movie called Big Mama's House, where he tried to do the whole he tried to do the Eddie
This is
Murphy thing
funny.
where he played like multiple characters, I think. And basically one of the things was him dressed up in this huge fat suit where he was this huge black older woman. And every comment on the new Bad Boys trailer is, I think Martin Lawrence forgot to take off his costume for Big Mama's House.
Oh man.
It's so depressing because it's like Martin Lawrence trying to be an action hero and jumping through the air slowly as all three of his chins like shaking.
Oh.
It's just, and I know that's mean. I by no stretch should I be making fun of anyone being out of shape, but like, oh god damn, this is just so sad because if you watch the first movie, if you even watch the trailer for the first movie and then watch it against this one, it goes from like a cool like really cliche stupid like 90s action movie to like grumpy old men trying to be cool and hip and
Is it even 90s or 80s?
Bad Boys I think is 90s. It's not 80s. It's definitely not 80s. It's 90s, possibly early 2000s. I don't even remember.
Sounds like what is it from Tropic Thunder? The fatties, the fatties part 2.
Oh my god.
It's kind of that.
Jeff Portnoy is starring Jeff Portnoy.
And again, I feel terrible saying it because again, like getting older and that's totally normal. That you should not shame that, but just don't make those movies anymore. Just don't do that anymore. That's fine. You did that action movie. That just do something else. For the love of God, this is just Bad Boys was supposed to be that stupid, Will Smith in slow motion with his shirt like ripped open, jumping slowly through the air. I don't know. Anyway, if you get a chance, do or do not watch the trailer. I'm actually more excited about the fact that have you guys ever seen Between Two Ferns?
I've seen some of that.
I
haven't
haven't
watched
seen any.
all of them, but it's pretty funny what I have
Okay,
seen.
well, as usual, Kevin did not do his homework, but if
No.
you get a
No,
chance, watch.
I saw the trailer for the movie.
Yeah, but you have to watch the previous show. So, just a little background. Between Two Ferns is, do you know that website, Funny or Die? It's that website that Will Ferrell and some other guy created.
Not really. I
Okay.
don't follow it.
Anyway, it's called Funny or Die. You've definitely seen clips from it. You just haven't realized it. But one of the more popular things on it is a show. Each episode is like 5 minutes long. It's called Between Two Ferns. It's created by Zach Galifianakis, where he does these mock interviews of celebrities. Like these are people that he knows and whatever. The whole thing is
I
set
have
up.
to say, I totally fucking hate him.
Oh, then
He's-
Yeah. Oh, he's funny.
this is yeah.
I think
love
he's
it.
funny.
I think he's the worst fucking humor comedian ever. Like I
So you're
totally
not going to
with
be
a
watching this
passion
movie.
hate him.
He's the worst humor comedian. What the fuck?
Like his form of humor. is
There's so
ridiculous.
much hate in that statement that he.
Like the Hangover series. I can't fucking watch because he's in it.
Well, no, the Hangover series you can't watch because it's horrible. But
Yes, that too.
Zach, I actually do like Zach Galifianakis a
No,
lot.
he's a fucking idiot. Like I can't stand it. I can't stand him at all.
This is why this podcast is great.
I fucking hate that. I hate him.
But how do you really feel, Kevin?
Hold on, Kevin. Which humor comedian do you like?
You were a comedian.
I was totally upset. Oh wow.
Oh, now that Jerry Lewis, he's a funny fella.
No, No,
Okay.
to
All
hear
right.
about Kevin Hart getting like his back broken in the car accident. I
Hold
was
on.
like,
You
my
think
God.
Hold on. You think Kevin Hart is funny?
Yes,
Oh
I
my
love
God.
Kevin Hart.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude. I like Kevin Hart. Just he seems like a nice person,
Yeah,
but
right.
as a
But it's
humor comedian, he
yes, it
sucks.
was
Humor
yes. No,
Dude, he
don't
sucks. His comedy's
Zach.
crap.
But compared to if we're talking about Zach compared to Kevin Hart,
I
fucking
love
Zach
Zach
is an
Galifianakis.
idiot.
Here, you know what? Watch a show called Baskets on. I think it's either on FX or Comedy Central.
Or maybe
It's with Louis Anderson and Zach Galifianakis. It's actually a really great show. You should definitely give it a chance. I mean, well, if you hate Zach Galifianakis, maybe you shouldn't. But
like I absolutely wouldn't because it has him in there.
okay, well, Kevin's gonna take a time out. Jerry, if you've seen Between Two Ferns, they're making it into a movie. You should watch the trailer. It's actually really really funny.
I have watched the trailer, and like, what the fuck is happening with Kevin right
I
now?
think I think he's so
But
angry. I think he's so angry he's turned off
He
his
said
camera.
yeah,
take a
like,
time out, so I had to.
honestly, like when I think of movies, like, oh, what was the one that Kevin Hart did with The Rock?
Which one?
Central
Like,
Central Intelligence. Well, he did
yes,
two.
Jumanji,
like that's
He did Central
true
and he did
spy one.
Jumanji.
cinematic
There was another one. He
genius.
did the spy one where
That's
The
Central
Rock was
Intelligence.
like, "Oh
That's
yes,
Central
yep,
Intelligence. Yes.
that's it."
Yeah,
Yes,
Central Intelligence. Yeah,
and they
so
did
like,
and they did Jumanji together as well.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay,
So
so let
like,
me so let me so let me do
coming
it real
from
quick.
there, I don't know how Between Two Ferns, even after watching the trailer, could like even touch that kind of genius.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Sorry,
I
I can't say that with a straight face.
okay,
Well, your face is pretty straight because your
Here-
Skype isn't
here's the
fucking
thing.
Yeah, I
updated.
know my Skype is.
I like Kevin. Like I said, I like Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He seems like a decent enough guy, and everybody that's like talks about him that knows him says he's a really nice person. That's fine, and I hope he recovers from his accident. But I mean, as far as comedy goes, Kevin Hart sucks. I'm sorry. The dude is not
he's
funny at all. He's corny as
what a
fuck.
physical comedian. Like he's
You
And
can't-
we're not corny.
No, but if we died tomorrow in a car accident, nobody would care. Right? I'm assuming nobody would care, right? I mean, I almost died in a car accident. Nobody cared.
we totally care.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
2 people cared.
The population of the entire world didn't.
The guy who hit me didn't care, which I can't really blame him for. I'm pretty sure he was hoping I would die. But anyway, look, I do think I'm very very looking forward to Between Two Ferns. Kevin, I'm not even going to bother with you, but Jerry, if you get a chance, go to YouTube and just watch some of his these mock interviews that they did. Each one is like 5. The best one, I swear, the funniest one is the one that he did with Hillary Clinton. This was going on during the 2016 election.
Oh my God! Was
No,
she
no.
really there?
Yes, he interviewed Obama on one episode,
It's
and
pretty
then Hillary
funny,
Clinton.
yeah.
on-
So I have to after
the
all
Hillary
that
Clinton
reaction.
one. The Hillary
Those-
Clinton
that-
one is amazing.
That trailer was pretty cool. And then, like,
Oh,
it
that
was
was so
amazing
funny.
that he had so many other people on there. And then I would love
that's the
to see.
thing. That's the thing. He has some really well-known celebrities on these
Where does he
interviews,
get this
and he.
quote from? He's like such a nothing, and then he's got
I don't know. But the ones that I recommend
It's
the
a
highest,
cult.
the best.
Kind of, yeah, it's pretty
Watch
funny. I think.
the interview he does with watch the one he does with Hillary Clinton. Watch the one he does with Brad Pitt. That one is fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
He does one with Bruce Willis, Justin Bieber.
He's like better than Seinfeld getting all this talent.
He has one with Seinfeld. He has one with Seinfeld.
I saw.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
They're absolutely hilarious. Definitely watch them. I can't wait for the movie. It's gonna be great.
After all the hatred, it's like I want to watch, and it's like no. It's like love, hate, torture. Oh, I gotta cut my arm.
Okay. Wow. All right.
He will be
Take it easy.
converted.
It's just a humor comedy movie. There's no. Anyway, but if honestly, looking down the list, that's pretty much. I just want to talk about how much the Smart Home sucks and the Bad Boys trailer and Between Two Ferns. I'm done. I got nothing else I need to cover, to be honest. So, do you guys have anything else you want to bring up, or should we wrap this up? Because this is another one that's long as shit.
I think we're at like 2 hours. That's probably fine.
I also want to point out, Jerry, your camera's frozen in
Yeah.
the best.
I look very happy there.
You do.
I
Are you
wish
taking a picture of that?
absolutely. I wish we could upload that every podcast we upload could have a thumbnail.
This
So
is
I
what
could.
we need to Twitter.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm
Make
gonna
that the picture.
I think I'm gonna update the logo to just that.
I can understand.
No, wait till you get this one.
Oh my god, it's fantastic.
That's funny.
Anyway, all right. So yeah, I
So
think it's time.
so like ah.
Yeah, this is what I imagine Jerry looks like when he's taking like the best dump of his life,
The one I just sent.
or when he's watching a Kevin Hart movie, which is pretty much the same thing. So anyway, I think this is a good time to wrap up. And as you guys know, at the end of each one, we like to leave her with like a closing thought. So since Jerry, you're frozen on my screen, I'm gonna ask you for one first.
What the fuck is his name?
His name is Jerry. He's
No.
been on this podcast for a little while, for about 10 episodes. So Jerry,
Wow. So I
yeah, you
closing
wanna close
thing.
this? Yeah,
You know, I'm never prepared for these, even though I know they're coming every episode.
that's the whole point. This
I
is
know
how
it
you
sucks.
honestly respond to it. Because if you have time to think about it, you're gonna formulate some kind of fake, like feel good
that's true.
message. This puts you on the spot, so you say the first thing ever. So like,
You
you're-
go, you know what? Live your life shitting the best shit that you can shit at that time.
I think that's
Shit
very well
in the
said.
moment.
shit like no one's watching.
Exactly. Like you do that. You shit like there's no tomorrow. You push that shit out, and you live like you've never lived.
Wow. Kevin,
And
I don't know.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't- I-
follow up with
Yeah, I
that.
don't know how you're gonna
Corn,
match that up.
corn and everything,
No.
peanuts and everything.
Zach Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis. I don't give a shit how he pronounces his name. It's just a shit on his face.
Wait, that's
That
your closing
crazy
thought?
beard.
Hold on, he's never gonna hear this, so
No, he won't. Thank goodness.
He's too busy being a humor comedian. So if you could possibly direct something to the general listening public, that'd be great.
Don't listen to anything Zach Galifianakis.
It's Greek. Don't be racist.
It's not racist. I just can't pronounce it. The
How
fuck
do you-
does it have to do with race?
Why do you hate Greek people?
I don't hate Greek people. Blah, blah.
You couldn't even finish that sentence, you
Wow.
fucking racist.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, so despite that all, I would
I'm
like
gonna
to end.
order you a gyro for dinner next time I'm out by you, just to
Nice.
spite you.
Okay,
You're gonna-
great. Well, you could have also said I'm gonna order you a gyro, but okay,
A gyro.
Yes.
a gyro. Is that what it's?
Yeah,
I
gyro.
do like those.
If you don't know how to pronounce them, then they're called gyros.
Well, that is true. That's gyro. I totally fucked that up. But anyway, so actually, my closing thought is gonna be a little more
For
personal.
40 years, they were fucking called a gyro.
Oh my god. Are you one of those guys that like gives people shit when they call it like a hoagie or a sub? They're like, hey, I'm from Jersey.
It's
we
a
don't call it
hero,
hoagie.
dumbass.
Oh, there. There you go.
No, I'll call it a gyro.
Oh my god. Anyway, like I said, I want to close on a more on a more personal note. I know it's taking a lot of
Matriarchy.
No, I was gonna say, Kevin, I wanted to wish you luck with all the shit that you got going on right now with the move and the job and everything else. It's definitely a lot to deal with in such a short time, and there's a lot of decision making that you have to gonna make in that short time and sort of on the fly. So I wanted to wish you luck with all that, and I hope it goes smoothly, and I hope the move, the closing, the sale of the house, and the whole job thing. I hope you wind up where you wanted to, and that it doesn't cause you any more stress. I hope it goes smoothly.
Wow, Skippy, you're so lame.
I know.
No,
That's because-
I appreciate all the. That
Aw.
sentiment.
Yeah, there you go.
You two had a moment.
Yeah,
Aw,
moment.
kiss on the screen.
Thumbs and everything.
Oh,
Yeah, and
sorry.
and just for that, when we do boys' night, I'm gonna bring you drugs. So on that note, as I record, something that's gonna get me definitely arrested, I think we can kind of wrap it up, right?
So wait, there's
Wrap
so
it
much
up,
talk
Skippy.
about boys' night.
Oh, for
You
fuck's
check
sake.
the calendar.
Oh my god.
Let me check the calendar
Okay,
and see if Skippy put anything in
go turn on your Xbox, you asshole.
there.
Wait, he put
Well,
the
I'm
calendar on
so
his
busy
Xbox, and you haven't seen it this whole
checking the
time.
calendar.
By the way, I just
Oh,
want to
no,
say,
there's nothing on there.
if I log into Google and I see your ass playing Stadia on your TV, I am going to drive to your house and straight up murderize you.
Wait,
Wow,
yes,
if that's what it takes
Do
to
it.
get you here,
do it.
awesome.
Ugh.
I will tell Kevin to come here, and it'll be even easier because he'll be off the island and he'll be like halfway here by then.
Great. I'm gonna jam that black controller right up your ass.
Hey, I dropped my mouse.
It
go.
does. All right, I'm stopping recording here.
No, don't stop recording. Oh, geez, the batteries are out. Here, you know what? And when you come here,
That's what she said.
Wait, did you get your camera? Did it already arrive?
no. I was gonna say, I'm still saving this for you. This
Wait, I
bottle
still
of
have one too.
Rattlesnake Rosie's maple bacon
Oh
whiskey.
my goodness, we
That's
both
for
have.
you, Skippy. That's for you when you come here for boys' night.
Nice.
Excuse
Wow.
me.
Jesus Christ. Well, I was gonna update the calendar, but not anymore.
Yeah, of course.
This has been a production of
It's just me.
Studios.